All right, I think we're live. This is the place where sports opinions collide. Dead End Sports. I'm your host, Kenneth B. Inge. Joining me, as usual, to my right, probably your left, BZ430.
What up, though? What up, though? Here again, as always.
We got sitting across from B, Nikki Duce.
They call him Nick Adonis.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I mean, hey, I've been on the money for a while now.
Here you go.
I've been on the money for a while now. Yeah, what's up, going? What's up, y'all? How the public doing?
Sitting to his right, what's your name, brother? Introduce
My name
yourself.
is Kyle. I went under the name Foreign Hustler in the bad tournament and I won.
Foreign Hustler.
He said his name is the Champ.
The champ is here.
The Champ is
The
here.
champ is here.
You said, what was it? Foreign Hustler, what was the first one?
My real name is Kyle.
Kyle?
Yeah, so.
Kyle the Destroyer. That's what we're going to call him. Kyle the Destroyer.
Who you destroy, Ken?
Sitting next to Kyle
The ghost of FIFA.
is the ghost of FIFA.
He got his ass whooped. Y'all see that trophy? Y'all see that trophy?
This
He's
beautiful
sitting
ass
up-
trophy that.
Yes, he won that bad boy. Whooped
Man.
FIFO's ass in the process.
Yeah, in remembrance of, but for real, FIFA, he'll be in a little late. He heard Kyle the Destroyer was here, and he wanted to, give that man the respect that he's due. And so he's gonna come up a little later on the show. So anyway, that's it, man. But congratulations, brother. I hate I wasn't here, man. I was trying to get back, but I watched Serena lose, unfortunately, and then I was trying to come back.
Yeah.
I think the pressure, man. I think it's
Yeah,
the
I
pressure.
think that the pressure of getting that 24th Grand
Yeah.
Slam is
That's
getting
what's
to her.
holding her back.
Yeah.
I think it's getting to her now.
Yeah, my in-laws are big tennis fans, and they said that she went through the same thing when she was trying to get 22. She just kept losing, and then eventually she just gets over it. But it was everybody there, man. Spike Lee.
She had everybody.
Yeah, everybody was there.
It was
So
like a Lakers game.
Yeah, it was
Because
crazy.
It's New York, so it's like it's easy for them to come out for that, man.
and she looked out of it. Like I don't know if you
I
guys
don't
saw it
know
in the
why.
house.
I mean, she cruised through the finals every
Yep,
time.
she should have had that black suit, but she was talking to herself. She was like demonstrative for no reason. She was just out of it, and it was just. I knew then. I was like, nah, it ain't gonna happen. That little young whippersnapper put it on her, But she gave us a good show. When she was down 5-1, she came back and tied it 5-5, but that was all she had. So, so we'll see what happened. I guess the next one. I guess she got one more shot at it.
Yeah, the Aussie Open. That's this was the last Grand Slam for this year. The next one for 2020 will be the Aussie Open.
Yeah, so we're gonna recap the week of football. We're obviously gonna hit, as you guys can see by the title, the breaking news that happened with Antonio Brown that broke just before.
He started recording.
Before we started recording. And yeah, you're right. Darshan Patel, Nadal, he won his. And he put on a show. Shout out to him. There was something else I wanted to mention. I can't remember what it was. But yeah, man. Very good tournament, huh?
Yeah,
You
it
guys
was
had-
dope, man. Yeah, it was definitely dope, man. The vibe was cool. Players was everybody was playing, having themselves a good time, man. It was dope, man. It was definitely what I expected from from what tournaments we had here at the building before live at Dead End Studios before. So yeah, it was great, man. Nick was there. This was like Nick first time like really being immersed in the tournament and stuff, man.
Yeah,
So
I fucked with it heavy.
Yeah.
I thought it was dope. It was great to see like Kyle and everybody else who's been rocking with Dead End from the jump. Especially Dead End Sports, like just to come out and not only support but just like be around us.
Because
like,
this was like I was telling Eric and him earlier. This was the first tournament we had where, everybody that was in the room like was a fan of Dead End.
Yeah,
as a fan.
exactly.
Like when we had the Smash Brothers and the Mortal Kombat, it was just gamers here. They were like, "You ever heard of hip hop?" No. Like they was like, "Never heard of them. They're not familiar with."
We don't know y'all
Yeah,
niggas.
they're not familiar with the brand. We're just here for the game. Yeah, but like the folks that was in here this past Saturday, they was a fan of the
you
brand.
can tell what that means.
Yeah.
Black people play sports games.
Yes,
Right,
yes,
right.
Everything else.
Yes, man. I was like, wow. But it was dope, man. It was really dope. It was great. I had a good time. People enjoyed the music. enjoyed the vibes and stuff like that. So it was dope.
Yeah, unfortunately, we couldn't hold it down for Dead End Sports.
You won a game though. You won a playing game. Yeah, because the way how many teams it was, we had to have a playing game before we had the extra even bracket. And Nick played his first game and won that one. I came up just short, man. It was like one of those. I had the type of game where, like, if I'd had like maybe another minute left, I was about to score. Like the time just ran out on me, and I couldn't get like in field goal range. Sitting in overtime, I lost my field goal. Dude kicked the field goal with like 30 seconds left. Kicked it off on me, and I was about to. Thielen and Stephon Diggs, man. I was about to.
We gonna
oh
get
my
back
god!
to Thielen.
Oh my god! I was getting ready to, and he knew it too. He was getting nervous because I figured out his defense. I was like, okay, I figured this dude out now, so I'm about to come down here and score. But I didn't have no more timeouts because I had used my timeouts when he was running the clock down and kicked the field goal. So, and by the time I tried to hurry up offense, the time ran out, and I was on his 35. So I was about to score, man. I started like on my own 20. So yeah, I was about to get ready to score, man. I felt it, and the time just ran out. So
yeah, they came out my neck on the commentary when I went to the back.
Oh man,
yeah, they was just talking hella shit.
Yes,
they was. They ain't holding it down. Nick, you shit. You a disgrace to Ugandans. I'm like, all right, bro. They're like, they're supposed to be the fans.
Yeah. If y'all check out the live stream. We got the entire stream with the semifinals and the championship game on the Dead End video game YouTube channel. So make sure y'all check it out. Commentary, word from the sponsors and everything, man. It's funny, man. Y'all need to check it out.
Yeah, they ruthless, man. You got to earn your respect.
Yeah, I know. I got to come back. Shout out to Mr. McNugget.
Mr. G.
Nugget. Yeah, cool dude. I actually lost to him. I was rooting for him to beat you actually, because I'm like, I ain't trying to lose to the loser.
Right.
But yeah, shout out to him. He was cool.
How long you been playing Madden?
Since the one with Ray Lewis on the front. Was that 05? I'm only 21, so I've been playing for a long time.
Okay, yeah, I want to say
that was the early 2000s. That
yeah,
2000s?
I want to say
My cousins used to be doing me like I did FIFA.
just blowing you out. Hey, look, sometimes that happens though. You need to get the butt whooping to to kind of to real recognize real, man. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yes,
Man.
FIFA ain't had no good cousins to play with.
And like I said,
he can borrow yours.
Right, he just mentioned because FIFA the night before he came on my crib and he was at my crib till like 3 in the morning.
FIFA was practicing.
He was
weeks,
practicing,
man.
He was practicing. I'm thinking FIFA was gonna put up a fight. I look at the scrum like, FIFA, you get your ass whooped, dude. Like, what's going on? FIFA like, man,
FIFA was in the studio every other night that I be here. He was there sweating on the game, talking about like Rocky, like in the meat locker. I was like, all right, FIFA gonna fuck the game up.
Right.
Before we come out here, we taking a drink, talking about some, we gonna run this bitch. This nigga on the sticks looking shook.
At least you got a game. At least you won a game.
That's all I got.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm 1 for 1.
Man.
Yeah. Okay, well, fantasy football. That's the tournament recap. We're gonna have another one. You guys stay tuned. We'd love to have
2K20. Once they get their bugs out, because right now they getting horrible reviews because it's like buggy. It's very buggy.
The one that has it, I haven't heard shit about it.
So once 2K get their upgrades and fix those bugs,
get those patches,
then we had a tournament because we're not gonna have a tournament with a patchy game.
Yeah, and to hear them discuss that and more, check out Dead End Gaming. That'll drop this Friday. They're gonna discuss the patches and what else? What is
Apple Arcade. We talked about Nintendo, the new Direct Nintendo for the Switch, and Tyler brought up an interesting about gaming developers using using black hair like black folks. It was dope. So yeah, make sure y'all check that out, man. Foreign Hustler was in there. He was in there for a little bit when we first started.
Yeah,
he was in the chat.
Okay. Fantasy football. A quick recap before we head into the topics for this week.
Oh, you want to hear about my greatness? All right,
Negro, please.
I'm in 3 leagues. I won all of them. You know what I'm saying? Like I told y'all, like, hey, they call me the GM, the black GM for a reason. You know, the GOAT GM. I got the players. I got the sleepers. I got everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm playing Ken this week, so you already know that's another loss.
Y'all already know what's about to happen.
That's a loss for him.
He trying to catch me while my team limping. But we gonna make it do what he do.
That's what you do for picking Redskins players as your main workhorses.
I thought I had
don't
a
blame me
sleeper.
for that. But yeah, I'm 3-0. What about you, B?
Yeah, I'm 3-1. I lost. I played Ken in the real NFL, and I played him in Dead End Sports one. I beat him in the real NFL one, but the tell you how the Dead End one went. So I was up like 99 to like 33, but he still had Deshaun Watson, DeAndre Hopkins, and what's my man from
Cortland Sutton.
Sutton, yeah.
Sutton?
He had those 3 guys. And he pulled it out. I think he won by like 6. He won like about 6 points.
it.
Yeah.
I thought it was over because I
He
texted
thought it was
him
over.
like, damn, you whooping my ass.
And when I looked, I was like, damn, I
Got too
am.
many big
But then,
players.
yeah, when I looked, I had texted back. I said, nah. I was like, I beat you in the real NFL. I got that W. So I'm like, the Dead End Sports one, it's not over yet, Ken. I said, you got some heavy hitters playing on Monday night, so I'm not gonna wave the victory flag on that one. And I woke up, I was like, damn, he got it. He came back and
That's
won.
why I love having Monday night players.
Yeah.
I love it because they always like, all right, I need at least, because I calculate the points, so like, I need at least this, and I be doing it down to the decimal.
And then my other league, my main league, my $175 league, I won by 1 point. The dude had Oakland's. I was up by 8. Dude had Oakland's tight end playing. He gave me he gave me 7 points, and I won by 1 point. I was like, whew, I need to start off 1-0 in this one, man. So
Yeah, you gotta start off fast.
yeah, gotta start off. So yeah, and then the league that me and Ken co-manage, we got an easy victory in that one. We won, put up like 130 something points or whatever.
Yeah, like 124. I think we're gonna three-peat.
We're gonna three-peat that one.
Yeah, I think we're gonna three-peat.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Three-peat.
Yeah, three-peat. I mean, you got over 30 years plus of fantasy knowledge on the same team, so it's just like, what can you do with
And
that?
he's still picking Redskins players, so that's
That was supposed to be a steal. He'll be back. He'll be back. Jay Gruden just can't coach, and we'll get into that later. But yeah, I went 2-1. That comeback victory saved me from going 1-2. So I'll take it. It's only week 1. Typically, I play a little bit better when baseball season is over. I'm trying to capture 4 fantasy baseball titles. So when that goes away, then I tend to put my attention on football.
All right, Kyle, so we done with his excuses. What about you?
Oh, these are no excuses. I still went 2-1, baby. Don't get it twisted.
You ain't 3-0, all right?
Yeah, hey, it don't matter. Neither is he.
All right, well, that's both of y'all. Y'all both co-managing some bullshit teams. Kyle, what's up, man? You play fantasy football?
Yeah, I'm only in one league and I went 1-1. I didn't get much from golf. They put up 30 points, but they only gave me like 9.
Yeah, he wasn't that active.
Yeah, and various guys, I didn't get nothing from him either. And Juju, like I thought.
We gonna have to talk about
It's
Juju.
just week 1.
We want to talk about Juju.
It's just
man.
week
It's
1.
week
I
1.
said it before. I said it weeks ago. We want to talk about Juju.
I know.
There you go.
There you go.
You got to lick that first.
There you go.
It's only week 1, so I know I think he gonna get the targets. It's just I know
Just gonna have a
not
fantasy
Papa, but Belichick take away what you do best the most.
Yeah.
I know he's gonna try to cancel mine.
Yeah, he put Stephon Gilmore on that.
Yeah.
board. I mean, he treated that man. What's that boy from the Peanuts crew with the blanket? That's what he Stephon Gilmore.
Linus.
Yeah. Stephon Gilmore on that motherfucker like Linus with that blanket, boy.
Yes, he was.
Just hold the mic a little bit closer. So, yeah, it's perfect.
That's for both of y'all.
Start talking.
How you feel about the tournament? How you think it went?
Oh man, it was dope. You know what I'm saying? I got my ass whooped by the champ. You know what I'm saying? The champion. Hey, look, man. Let me tell you, first-hand experience. That Bears defense, man. Khalil, there was no stopping him, dog. There was no stopping him. He just kept messing me up. I didn't have no time. And then when I did have time, he could tell me there was about 2 or 3 plays that would have been big plays, would have put me in scoring position. You know, the Madden glitch, like, oh, I ain't gonna catch this. Like, really? But nah, give it up to him, man. Like he showed out like every round, right? Like because he shut out Green Bay, dog.
Yeah, he did.
He shut out Green Bay.
He shut him out.
And the thing was, Green Bay, just like when me and B was playing the night before, Green Bay was moving the ball against them. But as soon as they got in that red zone, he tightened up. Oh, let me get that back.
That's what it always is. It's not about you can get up and down the field easy. It's all about putting points on the board.
Yep, you put points on the board. And for Green and Kyle, I don't know. Obviously, you know I'm bad with names. I don't know who played with Green Bay. Was that your one?
Yeah, that was my homie AB Animal Brown.
Okay,
From,
so
on that TV.
Yeah. Shout out to Adam Brown for coming through.
yeah, man. But nah, he was nice. You could tell he was nice on the sticks. But every time he got close, man, like Khalil Mack and them boys, man, it was for real. And then who's they running back with the star up under him? I can't think of his name.
Cohen, not Cohen.
Yeah, Cohen.
Cohen, okay.
Cohen, man.
Oh, yeah, Cohen.
Yeah, boy, especially against Houston. Ooh, he had 2 guys rush over 100 yards, Ken.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Two
playing
guys.
old school, like
Bro,
old
Mitch
school.
Trubisky had 80 some odd yards passing, no touchdowns.
Oh, he was Kirk Cousins
Bruh.
from last week. Yeah.
Bruh. And then with the defense, like, you couldn't throw deep, you know what I'm saying? And then, here's the thing that I was most impressed about my man's right here. He kept everything in front of him. Obviously, the game is predicated for the offense to move the ball. That's what, score the points. That's what, sell tickets and all that. But if you caught the ball, that's where you was. There was no rack. Anything you caught, any play you made, there was no extra. Obviously, people broke a couple times. Ain't nobody perfect. He ain't no machine. But, yo, for the 90% of his defensive plays,
He was catching it, man.
you catch, boom, that's it. You're not getting nothing. You lucky you got this first. I slipped up on first down. You know what I'm saying? Like, type stuff. Nah, man, he was dominant. He dominated the entire tournament. So, even though I ain't gonna put my score out there, I don't know if y'all talked about it.
You already did, bro. That's cool, bro.
Well, I you know what?
You didn't have to. We got your back,
did it on
bro.
Dead End Gaming. We did it on Dead End Gaming because he
Okay.
came in for a
Bet,
second.
bet,
and I was
bet.
like, "What's the score?" Because everybody in Dead End Gaming chat was asking about you. They're like, "Man,
Yeah.
y'all check the FIFA yet?"
Man, nah, man. Look, he put it on me, bro.
So that means you're gonna leave the trophy. It's all apart. You know what I'm saying? Keep it here.
Man,
He
we was
won the
talking
fair
cash
square,
shit.
man. He won the fair and square.
Yeah,
Damn.
we was talking cash shit about taking home that trophy. But nah, man.
man.
There was nothing I can do, man.
Hey, win some, you lose some.
Shit. He won them all.
Yeah, he did.
He won
did.
them all.
He did, man.
So tell me this, because I felt that Houston gave you the biggest problem.
Mobile quarterback.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, he shuts down everything. The last thing that is the hardest thing to account for is a mobile
That's
quarterback.
what dude he got me there because the guy he played I lost to, and that's how because I did the same thing. Like I could keep everything in front of you,
Yeah.
but he would have the wide open lanes, just
Yeah.
go right in the middle, get a first down or a touchdown, and then what?
I was like, Will Fuller, he caught a couple of passes too. He's so fast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Trying to keep up with him.
And then once you like put a linebacker on the QB, that opens up the middle, and it was just like we was playing against some them boys know what they was doing.
Nah, they definitely know what the
Yeah.
hell was doing. Definitely. Two rushes for 100 yards, bro.
That's crazy.
That's crazy in Madden.
It is. And on all Madden.
And on all Madden.
We wasn't playing on
Two
all
guys.
Madden. We was playing on all Madden.
Yeah,
Everybody's playing on all Madden.
Yeah. But I think, kind of jumping a little bit, that kind of shows you like how simulation Madden is, because the Bears in real life, they look kind of bad.
Yeah, it's just week one.
Nah, hey,
Just week one, man.
no.
Go ahead and say it, people.
No,
Go
I
ahead and say
mean,
it.
look, Trubisky is a bum.
You said that, but I'm just talking about like
He
as
ain't a
far as
bum.
the reaction. It's just week one.
Out the league.
This is still.
Out the league.
He always claims somebody out the league.
But how many times have I been wrong?
It's week one.
It's week one.
Out the league.
Let me ask you this.
He went to the playoffs last year.
Because of the defense, he didn't go nowhere. He was in the back of the bus because Neil Mack was driving that thing.
Yeah, come
Trubisky wasn't doing nothing.
All I'm
buddy.
saying is he went to the playoffs last. He had a 5 touchdown game last
What was he
year.
about to add?
Look. Let me ask y'all this: are the Bears re-upping Trubisky? Yes or no? Will you give him $20 million a year?
At what point you talking about?
No, I wouldn't.
His contract you're gonna have to re-up him.
He's only in year 3 right now. This is his 3rd year.
Going into, but contract talks happen in year 4.
I gotta see how this season play out.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not gonna react. I'm not gonna react on week one.
Week one against the
I'm
Packers.
not-
division
yeah.
game.
I'm gonna tell you like this,
I'm not
man.
gonna
The man gonna struggle to get 3,000 yards passing. Struggle.
What they go like first?
He a lot.
Huh?
What they like first, second round?
You know what? The playoff success doesn't impress me because it has to be in context. Because as of right now, the defense is pulling that entire team.
So you said they're gonna spite him. He's still not gonna get the extension.
Yeah.
I think he gets extended if he can at least get him another division title this season.
Nah.
If not, then
I'm trying to tell you, he Tebow. Well, it don't matter. He gone.
he was the number 2 overall.
Oh
Or
man,
number
don't
1.
even. Boy, don't even.
Well,
I don't even before Deshaun Watson. That's when they picked.
Yeah, I know it was him and Carson Wentz. No, that was Goff and Wentz. It
Damn,
was,
he got picked before Deshaun Watson.
He got picked before Mahomes.
he got
And the
picked
Bears
early.
moved up
He was
to get him.
early. He was like
The Bears moved up to
Yeah.
get him.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Then they probably are gonna
that
get him.
2017 draft class. Like if you look at all the people that went past number 9 in that draft, they're all like Pro Bowlers. Like it was like because the Bengals picked John Ross for some fucking reason, and then right after him, Patrick Mahomes. Right after that, Lattimore for the Saints, the corner. Then right after that, Deshaun Watson. And it's like later on down there's TJ Watt. It's like there's so many like guys. And I'm like, how the fuck did they slip in the draft?
Yeah, man. But nah, look. Mahomes got his money, right?
Not yet.
He didn't get his money yet?
Not yet.
No,
He's only in his third year.
He is in his third year.
Yeah,
Well, let's not.
He gonna get 40 million a year.
But here, but at the end of the day,
He gonna get 40 million.
are you paying Mahomes? Yes or no?
Bro, that's
Hey,
Not even a question.
yeah.
Trubisky, you gotta think about it, so you ain't paying him.
I just gotta see how these year playoffs.
No, that means a lot. That means a lot.
playoff.
No. Because we are not gonna waste the championship window of this defense. Like you can't. I put it to you like this. I'd rather have Nick Foles, bro. I'd rather have Nick
He
Foles.
out. And Nick Foles out.
I know.
you're talking about just.
But I'm just saying if he was healthy.
General.
I
Right.
think you'd rather have Colin Kaepernick.
At this point, I
Would
would.
you say James?
I'll take Jameis over Trubisky.
Ooh, man.
Would you say Fitz?
I'll take Fitz over Trubisky.
So you think Trubisky is a bum, man? Pretty
He
much.
think he is the dumpster.
That's what I said.
That's what he's saying. He's
I ain't
the
mince words. I meant what I said.
He had a bad game. He ain't that.
Nah, man.
He got a
Look,
bad game.
he don't have a ceiling, bro. Like he's the reason why they won't win. Put Matt Stafford there. What happens? Put any medium to like give me 12 through like 20. Those 8, 10 quarterbacks, they can win with the Bears. Trubisky can't.
You know you had to walk this back a little bit last year, though.
Well, with Trubisky,
You were saying you were saying the exact same shit last year.
because look, he had the 5 touchdown game in there.
6.
Okay, whatever. You know how many touchdowns did he have for the season? I guarantee you that's like 25% of it, right there in that one game. No, man, come on, man, come
All
on.
right, let's not bury the lead. We know why y'all here. Let's get into it, man.
All right, AB, did you look at the chat?
No,
So you haven't seen the new news about AB?
Yeah, the sexual assault.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
All right, so damn, there's a lot that happened since we last talked about AB. So that's what I'm trying to do the timeline of it. All right, so with Antonio Brown, obviously the hard knock shit leading up to the beginning part of the season ended horribly with the Raiders. He ended up cussing out the GM, Mike Mayock, calling him a cracker and some more shit. He ended up posting on IG that he wants to be released from the Raiders. They gave him his wish. It could have went a lot worse than that, as far as them putting him on some type of other list to where he couldn't even sign with another team until next season. The pup list.
Yeah, physical unable to perform.
Yeah, and that would have voided his contract, which got voided anyway. He didn't play the first game of the season, which was like $29 million of the 30 that he was guaranteed. So once he found out about that shit, that's when he wanted to be released. So he got released. Hours later, literally hours later, everybody was tweeting about it. Like, what if the Pats picked him up? And lo and behold, Bill Belichick made that call. Some people even had the meme of Belichick saying like, "Hey, call that nigga a cracker, and I got your flight ready at 9 a.m." So he got picked up by the Pats. I was happy because obviously he's on my fantasy team. So I'm now just waiting for next week, this Sunday, where they play the Dolphins, who just got lit up by Lamar Jackson of all people. So I'm thinking Tom Brady against them. It's a done deal. Then as we Ken setting up the studio for tonight's recording, we all get a notification in the chat about AB getting accused of rape by his former trainer on sexual assault and rape, because she was talking about things that started from 2017 up to 2018, as far as like some unwanted passes and some groping, kissing, and even ejaculation, to the point that lead up to the rape in 2018. So now that we got all that information, New York Times posted about it, it's been all over the place, Jamel Hill's even tweeting about it. Now you're starting to see all that come out. The girl who's accusing him, I forgot her name, I'll mention it later, but she's claiming that she got text messages, emails, going all the way back from their first encounter, and now all that's coming to light. So what's up with AB, y'all? What's going on?
I don't want to jump out there, but the timing of everything is very, very interesting. But if she got receipts, bro, it is what it is.
She already released them.
Yes. She already, so it's out there.
Well, just the emails of the backlash that he's already getting. Like, there's an email that's gone out on the internet as far as what he just sent that to her as far as like the whole accusations and shit. He cussing her out throughout the whole email. Obviously, it's hella typos, but yeah, he cussing her out.
But she hasn't released any of the receipts.
No, but she said she's willing to work with the NFL and go through all the proper channels and all that. For me, it's just more of like you mentioned earlier, bad timing, not as far as like just this situation, but with everything AB's been doing, it's just like, what the fuck is going on?
So what AB's team is saying is that she's trying to extort him for money. She wanted 1.6 mil for some business that she's investing in. They of course said the sex was consensual, and that she continued to, even after they had sex, put up pictures of Antonio Brown, continue to be with Antonio Brown, or be around Antonio Brown, and to try to profit off their working relationship. So there's obviously two sides to both stories, but it's not a good look.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, the timing of everything.
I feel like she waited to like the low point in his career.
Yep.
But is this a low point? Because I mean, he's with the
Yeah.
Pats now. I'm just saying, like right now.
Hey, well,
Well, all of the turmoil, like everything, bro. Like, think about it. If AB hit rock bottom when he got released by the Raiders, he's just back on the way up. He's not on top of the world.
That's
He ain't
true.
done nothing.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? But he hit rock bottom just recently.
I think with this, it's just more of AB's really testing the league. Like he's like, as far as how much are you willing to put up with for a superstar? Because we always had conversations like that. The things that you would let go or like push aside because the talent and the production, it's more valuable for a certain amount of time. Same shit like when Lawrence Taylor was doing coke and doing all the other crazy shit. It's like, but that's Lawrence Taylor. Like that's what you always say at the end of the day. Like, but that's this person. That's Randy Moss. It's getting to the point where AB is just like, well, we already know that diva wide receivers, even running backs, they don't win you football games. They don't win you playoff games, championships. And you already, and with the Pats, it's like they already got Philip Dorsett, Josh Gordon, Julian Edelman. They just released Demaryius Thomas. Like,
Oh, they released him again?
they just traded him to the Jets.
Josh Gordon still look like a top wide receiver.
Josh Gordon was breaking tackles against the Steelers, so it's just like AB is just the fucking icing on the cake, if that. So it's like, at what point does he just wise up to his own actions? And like with this on top of that, now again it's still like right now it's still a he said, she said until we see some evidence. And I know most people don't like to hear that, but for this case you would want things to be factual. It's still not good because in the era that we're in. And for right now, if she has the receipts and all that, like you have to side with
That's the biggest key, the receipts.
100.
If she has text messages validating her side of the story,
100.
It's
It's a
wrap.
wrap. It's a wrap.
and
That's all you
then, excuse me, and then the other thing is, what will the Patriots do? What will the NFL do? Do they want to take a chance and let him play while this is played out, or will they suspend him and put him on the commissioner's list that they have?
Or they could just ban him.
I think that would be tasteless because at the end of the day, we
If he's convicted of rape,
more needs to be. But you're jumping to that.
but I'm just saying, but if she has the receipts and evidence, what she
No,
said
if
does.
she does, then that's different, right? It's a different course of action. But we're talking about right now, week 1, as it states right now, or week 2, right? As we know it right now, we don't have any receipts.
Yeah.
These are allegations.
We just got
So we
emails
can't
that
jump
speak.
out the window just because this woman is saying that X, Y, Z. We need proof because at the end of the day, Antonio Brown is part of our organization and we have to protect him as well, right? Because what if these are allegations? That's the other side of the coin. If they are purely allegations, she's trying to extort him, she's trying to get this 1.6 mil, then we got to protect AB. How do we look going on her defense and then it comes out that everything was false?
But this is just like, again, going back to the era like this that we're in now. This stuff you gotta handle with like some clean gloves, and it has to be precision because you don't want to. Again, this is another year where the NFL is dealing with bad publicity when it comes to their players and with women.
But this is not new.
And that's unfortunate to say that, though.
But here's the thing too, right? Like when Ken was talking about, you said that this is what the Patriots said about her still trying to profit and all of this, or that.
No, that's his
Antonio
team.
Brown.
That's-
So that's the legal team. So let's just think about it, right? Like I'm not saying that athletes and famous people don't push themselves on to women and this, that, and the third. But if somebody was making you feel that uncomfortable to sexual assault, why were you still working with that person for over a year? You know what I'm saying? So again, there's two sides to a story. I don't know what the truth is. There is no truth without receipts. because it's just he said, she said, and I'm not paying you no 1.6 million just because you said.
What about you, B? What you think about this whole just everything AB as far as last
Yeah,
couple of
this man. Well, I mean, I've already said in the chat earlier that I feel like he's before this rape thing, but these rap allegations. I felt like he was being vilified worse than these cocaine dealers and drug users in the sport of football, women abusers and stuff. Like I feel like he's being vilified, and the man ain't done nothing. But now this came out now, and I'm like,
And then
man,
you know what I'm starting to think.
I might have to retract my statement.
You know what I'm starting to think about? Remember, Ken, were you the one who said that someone spoke to Mike Tomlin and they was asking him like, how much stuff did y'all really keep behind closed doors? And he like, you wouldn't believe it.
That's what Mike Tomlin said.
Or as far as when he deals with, or something to that line.
Yeah.
There was a lot of shit that y'all don't know that we kept
That we kept under wraps. That we
That
could have probably.
And I'm not saying this case is that. I'm just saying with AB as the head.
It's probably like more stuff that we don't even know about.
Exactly. That would reveal more about himself.
Right.
And I'm like, do we really even know who AB is? Like, is this? Because this all looks new to us. Like, damn, AB, like, all right, why you doing this? Why you doing that? Why you doing this? Like, maybe this is just who he is.
And Ryan Clark said he was a monster.
Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, I mean, he was in the locker room long before he did.
I read the email. It's kind of interesting.
You could tell they were close.
It feels like it is a come up.
It feels like the way he explains it, it feels like they were very close, more than just a trainer to trainee, obviously. And it feels like someone caught feelings and it ended horribly.
Possibly, but excuse me, everybody listening. I'm trying to get over this. But first of all, the first two incidents sound crazy as hell. She standing somewhere and he just whip out his dick and ejaculate and nut on that. That shit sounds ignorant as hell. If it's true, I apologize, but right now it just seems kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, because it's like she stood there the whole time and like.
Yeah, like
the nigga had to be making some noises and shit before she knew what was about to go down. You know what I'm saying? If you think about the whole situation, it's like you just be in position while he.
Well, she said she didn't know he was behind her. The ejaculation was when he was behind her.
But that's what I'm saying. You would know.
The first one was when I think she said he disrobed in front of her and tried to kiss her.
That sounds believable. The
Yeah.
second one,
the other one was a little ridiculous. And then she went back and trained him again.
Exactly, and that's my point.
She
Why
went
are you
back
going
and trained
back?
him again. Yeah.
Why are you
after
going
that,
back?
after that second incident, she should have been like, "Oh,
The
I'm
line's been crossed. Look,
yeah.
You crossed the line. I get it. You was superstar diva wide receiver.
Right.
Look, bro, don't try me like
Yeah,
that.
that's
You
why.
happen again? It's okay.
It's a wrap.
I don't need to deal with
Especially
that.
something that crazy.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I'm not trying to judge or anything, but I mean, if anybody just bust on my back without my permission, like that's just like,
But I mean-
all right, we done. Like ain't shit going.
but you would
unless it's 1.5.
You would think she would know that shit is coming though. You know what I'm saying? Like
shit, no pun
no pun intended. Yeah, right. Like if you, how can you not know the dude is behind you? If you
Well, let's just give her
know
a
what I'm
benefit of that. Like,
no, we are.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying let's give her the benefit of that because the nigga do got quiet feet. Like you see you run routes. Like I'm just saying he could have just snuck up on.
And he
her.
is quick as hell.
Yeah.
He is quick as hell. They say he got quick hands. They say his hands are good. Best hands. They say he has the best hands in the league. Alright? So we don't know. So we're gonna believe the woman here.
Yeah, I'm gonna believe her because you don't come out of nowhere with this type of information without and like the New York Times, they don't just post anybody's accusation.
No, right.
You know what
They
I mean?
fact check the shit out of
They'll
it.
do their fact check. I trust the New York Times.
Yeah.
If this
That's
comes out
a reliable
false,
source.
then that's on the New York Times and a bunch of other people too. But
It's just the way that he wrote the email to her, and the first two sentences, I none on your back or whatever. It sounded like even he was like, for real?
yeah.
It was like, that's the best you could come up with? And he didn't really say anything that, even to him, it seemed like, come on, man.
But to me, that email just felt so emotional, and that's one thing that I'm like.
But because it was emotional, it's easy to slip up.
That's what I mean.
You see what I'm saying? He didn't write anything that validated. It said it started off with, "I jacked my dick on your back!" Exclamation mark. Slept with you in bed! Exclamation mark. Fuck your knowledge, bitch. I've been all pro before I even know you. You hit me up online, bitch, crying. I didn't hit you up. You never left my house since you had a hotel. You fell asleep on my couch. Fuck out of here, my baby mama trick your dumb ass. Now that, when he wrote that, I'm like, okay, what does that mean?
He just said that?
Yeah, this part of the letter.
That's the emails that leaked.
Yeah.
As far as from what she's revealing now to the public. Like, he just sent that to her probably like a few hours ago.
Yep.
So I think, again, I feel like there's a whole nother story that we don't know about, because he just mentioned that. That's a good point, Ken. The baby mama, his baby mama, somehow, some way is tied into this.
Yeah. So look, it's developing. We've learned from Juicy Smoulier to wait until we get all the facts.
We're just hear the whole story.
Yeah,
Just let it play
this
out.
is just what we have. We got both sides, because women have undergone so many hardships and stuff when it comes to this type of thing. I'm just gonna proceed. You know what? I'm not taking anybody's side.
I'm not either.
I'm gonna just wait and see what happens.
I just need to see receipts.
Yep.
I just need to see receipts.
I'm 51-49 with the girl with AB, because like, for what I'm seeing with AB, he's not showing a good track record of making wise decisions and being logical with how he moves. So it's like I'm again it's like I said, he said, she said, so I can only take it for what it is, face value for both of them. But at the same time, it's like it's the devil you know, the devil you don't know. I don't really know what to say about it, but at the same time, I don't think AB is the angel in this situation.
No, and that's why I clearly started by saying I know entertainers, celebrities, athletes, they push up on women, let's be honest, and a lot of them respond, right? Like a lot of them, this is a fantasy, this is a dream, like, oh, maybe I can make him my baby daddy, maybe I can get paid, or maybe he might wife me up, maybe, like, let's be honest, let's not be, you know what I'm saying, let's not be naive to that, too, and all I'm saying is that obviously this type of relationship was more beneficial to her, right? So again, I'm just in the middle, I just need to see receipts, because I can't all the way believe her, I can't all the way believe AB. The story seemed a little crazy, but here's the thing, I honestly, personally know a very similar situation to that. And when I found out about it, I was just like, holy shit, like crazy shit like that does happen. Yeah. So that's why I, like, me personally, I can see AB doing some crazy ass shit like that. I can see that. So for me, look, I need receipts.
Only because she brought it up. She brought up the fact that she had receipts. So
exactly.
Now I need to see that. 100%. Now I need to see
100%.
Because I'll be with you. I'll ride with you if you got the evidence. I'll ride with you. Until then,
I'm in the middle.
There's a case for a come up.
Have you ever seen I know you're watching sports long as me. Have you ever seen a player of this caliber fall that quick?
I haven't.
Nah, not to rock bottom like that.
Yeah.
Not when you bring it on yourself. T.O. was different.
No, there is one person.
Who?
Vic.
Not like this though. Vic.
Yeah, it kind of was.
Whoa,
Yeah,
Vic in the public. Yeah, Vic in the public was drugged way more than AB.
Oh wait. Okay. I'm sorry. I think I misheard your question. What was your question?
I was because like a player of his caliber, he considered like the best wide receiver in the league.
Yeah.
I never seen. Well, I guess you did say Vic, but I never seen not many people just fall.
Like at his caliber.
Yeah, just fall just that quick.
Right, and if it is, it's from injury, but not like this though.
Not not public perception, and just.
Vic was self-destructive, but he rented out the house in Virginia that his homeboys had.
I feel you, but I'm just saying his fall from grace was, I think, even higher.
Because he was the biggest thing in Atlanta.
He was the biggest thing in sports. Yeah. Like for a 2-year run,
he was like the AI of NFL.
Exactly. Exactly. And then he.
Everybody loved him.
Everybody loved him, and he was in the blackest city in America.
The cornrows.
With cornrows.
Yeah.
And he can run.
You know, and he can run. You know what I'm saying? So nah, man. Like I think Vic's fall from grace was bigger because here's the thing. I think that Vic didn't even he didn't even really scratch the surface of his peak. You know what I'm saying? And he was
And he
already
actually did
top
time.
3. And he actually did real time.
And it shows you how talented he was because when he got out, he
He
got
still
another
had-
$100 million
yep.
contract, took the Eagles to the playoffs.
Yep.
Like,
He was still that
and that
time.
was just 2 years. Was it 2.5 years?
Yep.
Yep.
And man, I think Vic's fall was a lot harder and harsher.
Well, I said that the league needs to open an investigation into Antonio Brown signing with the Patriots.
Why?
Because that seems like some orchestrated bullshit.
So you think he wanted to be a Patriot ever since he left the Steelers?
Man, yes.
Like,
Like,
him or New England?
could be both.
He's leaning towards New England.
He is.
You know what? I'll probably lean towards Drew Rosenhaus. I can see him just work in the middle of this.
Because AB doesn't seem like he's the smart man in the room in any situation when it comes to.
Because I
Which is
don't.
why he think it's probably his agent.
Yeah, his agent or Belichick.
Yeah, I mean, and
Because they've been asking for him for a minute.
I don't know if Belichick would. I mean, he's diabolical, but I don't know if he would go that far to tell Drew to tell AB to get out of there, to find a way to get from Oakland. We'll pick him up. Like, you know, you guys kept saying over and over again that the Patriots going to pick him up, right? And it just seemed too convenient. It just seems that I've never seen a black man be happy that he got fired before. I've seen black men happy that they're free, but that was in a whole different situation. Free and running. He was free and running, and he had 30 mil coming. Like, he orchestrated this whole thing, and within hours, he had a contract. So he was happy for a reason. He knew the Patriots were on the other line.
No, I slightly disagree, Ken, because let's be honest. I think that there were multiple teams that
There were. Drew did say that.
and I think there was a whole bunch of teams. Obviously, the
If Drew
Patriots.
is telling the truth.
No, there's so many teams that AB could help that need an AB type guy.
I think that the Patriots were the only. I really, really believe that because the Saints said they didn't want him. I don't think anybody wanted Antonio Brown after what he did. I really don't think
To the
they
Raiders?
after what he did to the Raiders.
I think you have to have a very strong locker room,
Yeah.
right? Because he can't tear it apart. You can't allow him to tear it apart. And we already know the Patriots to be ruthless. No matter how good
Outside
they
of the
are.
Patriots,
Outside
what
of Tom
other
Brady.
strong locker room is there in the NFL?
I was thinking Kansas City. I think Andy
He'll
Reid.
rip them
Now, I
apart.
won't say Kansas City.
He'll rip them apart.
You think so?
I don't think that's a strong locker room. It's a
But
good
I'm saying,
one.
but T.O. barely ripped them apart.
I think
The Saints?
the Saints.
Yeah,
are
but I don't
strong
think they
locker
want to deal with that.
Yeah, they
They
don't
said
say-
no.
Yeah, Saints don't like to deal with knuckleheads. They got a strong locker room, but they move it that quick.
They have a strong locker room for a reason.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah, they don't
bring it
deal
in.
with that.
I think Baltimore has a strong locker room.
I think
If
the
they had Ray
Rams-
Lewis, yes.
I think the Rams could have taken on that.
They still got a young locker room
They do, but Sean McVay is very.
I mean, Sue
respected.
was fine when he was there.
though.
Yeah.
Sue is on his last leg. That's why he
I know,
Nah, Sue's still
but
talented.
personality-wise, remember the one thing that people looked at last year was they said, you know, he's bringing a lot of personalities in there. How's the young coach
and
going to
they
handle?
all worked.
Had no problems.
No problems.
So
The Rams could deal with AB.
So maybe, yeah.
I think Carolina could deal with AB. They deal with Cam. I think Carolina. I think that locker room strong. I think Ron Rivera's that guy.
Yeah.
You not look. There's certain things.
Well, he did kick Steve Smith out.
True.
So I think Carolina could have handled them.
But I guess my thing is that I don't think any of those teams were interested because they didn't want to.
It's like, is it worth it? He couldn't
Right.
even take the Steelers to the playoffs, last season. So, is it worth it?
I just think the Patriots' way is, we'll take people on when they down, hit rock bottom,
Yeah.
and turn you around.
I think they're the successful version of what the Bengals always try to do. They take
100%.
They take
The difference is Tom Brady.
the difference is Belichick.
It's Belichick,
That's
man.
it.
That's all.
It's the both of them. It's the both of
And,
them.
and Tom Brady could willingly taking the ass whoopings, like the bashing in front of everybody else. Like he has to concede to that.
Yeah.
And when they had issues is when he got tired of, being ripped in front of the team for little shit. But obviously that's part of the plan. But I don't know, man. It seems fishy. And the report that Mortensen put out, who's a very respected NFL reporter, that said that he hired a social media team to figure out how to get out of the Los Angeles, or Oakland, and we kept asking, we kept saying to ourselves, like, what he was doing didn't make sense. Why would you throw away $30 million? You throw away $30 million if you had a plan in the back. They need to open an investigation. That's all I'm saying. But they got one coming. Oh, they got an investigation. They about to open an investigation. Yeah. Yep.
Unfortunately. But let's stick to that Pats Steelers situation.
That wasn't a situation. What you talking about?
I'm talking about the game.
The game?
Yeah.
Ain't nothing to talk about. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing to talk about. Ain't nothing to talk about. No, we don't. No, we don't.
Because y'all was hollering this whole
It's one
offseason
game.
talking about, the Pittsburgh Steelers gonna be fine. They got John Connor or whoever the fuck his name is, and they got Juju Smith. They gonna be good. That's baby AD. That's baby.
Here's the
baby
thing.
John.
What happened?
Juju ain't do shit.
Yeah, we 70
All right,
something.
that's all
Right.
I've been y'all was telling me
The
Juju top
Steelers
10,
didn't do
Juju
shit.
top 10 shit.
The Steelers didn't do shit.
Exactly.
You right?
They didn't do shit, and that didn't surprise me. But
That didn't surprise you that they only
No,
scored 3?
because you
nah,
a little
in
bit.
Foxborough,
A little bit,
Come on,
but here's the
points,
thing.
though.
But we know Pittsburgh is a slow team. They always start off slow, and we
So
know.
does New England. New England got their ass busted on opening night last year.
No,
right? So if that happened to them, then and it happened to the Steelers, then what are we
And
talking
This
about?
is, this
And
is
you
your
know-
big brother though. This is big brother, little brother, and it's been like that for over a decade.
It's not even that. The Patriots own the Steelers,
Exactly,
The
big
Patriots
brother,
own
little
so
brother.
there's no big brother little brother situation.
right.
Yeah, there's no big brother little brother situation. They're not even in a class. Patriots are just above everybody else.
Yeah, I agree
It's
with
Patriots
that.
versus everybody.
I
Yeah.
agree with that, but
They outclass everybody else.
This Steelers organization all offseason said what? Everybody in the media pundits was like, the distractions are out the room. You know what I'm saying? We got rid of Le'Veon, we got rid of AB. We're gonna be we're moving forward. We're gonna be better without him. We got Juju, we got James Conner, we got a great offensive line still. We still got Big Ben, a Hall of Famer. We gonna be fine.
You know what,
And
Nick?
then what happened?
If they lost to the Dolphins like that, we could have a discussion. But they lost to the Super Bowl champions, bro.
Yep.
And
They
this
lost
week-
to
And they better this year.
And it's week 1.
Yeah,
This is week
I'm-
1.
it's-
I'm not
it's-
overreacting.
no need to overreact.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't overreact.
Y'all always say that to y'all boys. We
No. So then let's talk about Dallas then. Go ahead.
All right,
Get hot.
hey,
Get
I was
hot.
saying,
Go ahead. Get hot. Go ahead.
The
Get hot.
question I have is like, all right, I'm gonna ask this question again. Is that not top 10?
It's week 1.
Is that not top 10?
It's week 1.
You throwing up over 400 yards, 4 touchdowns.
I wish I played quarterback for the Cowboys.
There you go. See, you alright with me, man.
When Gallup and Cooper go over 100 yards, it's like.
Did you see the passes he was throwing? The
Look,
touch?
man. Look.
Are you
He got
serious?
better.
He's not.
I'm not gonna
he's
lie.
not top 10.
He got better, but he
Okay.
has to prove he has top 10 talent. I'm not gonna say like Dak is just a bum. Dak is not a bum.
Never said he was.
Never said he was. You put him on the Bears, that's a Super Bowl. I'm picking them. You know what I'm saying? But Dak has to prove it. He hasn't proven it yet. This is the season to do it.
My main reason was y'all was saying that Dak ain't worth that money. He ain't worth. He's
Today,
not,
he's not.
He's not a 30 million or plus quarterback.
Today he's not.
And I said that's false because his resume clearly shows that if he was anybody else, he would be getting paid more. Y'all wouldn't say nothing else.
So this is
But
why you
because
think
he's
Trubisky gonna
because
get
he's
paid.
Dak, and because y'all say, oh, technically he ain't that good, technically the stats ain't good, but his resume say he's a rookie of the year. Outside of Tom Brady, he's the quarterback who won most of the games, and he won last Sunday at home against a division rival, throwing up a 400
Whack-ass
and 4
Giants.
touchdowns.
Right.
The
Yeah,
defense
you
like
know-
as hell.
you know the
Defense
defense
like as
like as
hell.
hell.
But at the same time, you play who's in front of you. We don't say shit about Tom Brady when he gets 6 guaranteed wins a year playing against the Jets, Bills,
Yes,
and
we do.
Dolphins.
Yeah, we do.
Yes,
We do.
I'm just saying, we still call him the GOAT for that.
But here's the thing: they proved themselves in the playoffs when the money counted.
Yep.
The thing, right now, you jumping out of the Dak window is like me
Off
saying
of week
Lamar
one.
Jackson is
I'm
going to
just
have the most
saying.
passing yards this year.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Why y'all keep bringing up Lamar Jackson? These other
But we give you
Neanderthal-ass
examples.
quarterbacks?
We give you
Why is he
examples.
Neanderthal nigga? But I'm just saying, he ain't in this conversation.
give you
I'm
examples.
talking about that.
Dak- look.
Dak
All I'm
Prescott
saying is-
deserves the money that he should be getting as a quarterback.
Dak needs to prove it this year.
Why does he have to prove he proved it for
Wait,
this
wait,
season?
hold on. I do agree he needs to go ahead and get his money. The man making $1 million. Go ahead and pay this man, get it out the way. That's fine. I have no issues with that. Jared Goff got paid. Wentz, all these guys getting. He's up next. Pay the brother.
Foles got paid.
I just don't think he's a top 10 quarterback yet. That's it.
And that's my point.
Okay.
I'm 100%. He should get paid. I'm sorry, bro.
You good?
He should get paid, but he's not top 10 yet. He has to prove he's
I
top
said
10.
he's top 10 at number 10. Alright, that's all I'm
Because he's not better than Matt Ryan.
I was gonna say, how good does he have to be for him to win a Super Bowl?
He doesn't have to be that good.
Yeah.
What are you gonna say, Ken? Say your favorite quarterback.
He could be Trent.
100%. No, I agree.
What'd he say? What'd you
No,
say?
he said he fits what they do.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
You can give him maybe 150 to 200 passing yards a game with 2 touchdowns, and let Zeke do most of the work. They built around.
But that's
Zeke.
the thing, bro. That's the thing. Zeke was barely in that game last
He was-
Sunday,
he not
and he
in the
was
game.
balling without him. My thing is, you give
One game Giants.
FIFA, what did I say about last season? Because you said Dak, he don't really do shit with weapons, or he don't elevate talent. And I said, bruh, every time they give him a new weapon, he balls out. When they gave him Amari Cooper, he went 7-1 or 7-2. Now he got Randall Cobb. Now Michael Gallup is taking a leap forward in his second or third season in the league. Like, look what he's doing. He threw a touchdown to Jason Witten, who came out from the broadcast station on the goal line. Come on, he's throwing touch passes over the shoulder to Amari Cooper. What else does he got to prove to y'all?
Another 15 weeks of this right here. I want you to keep the same energy.
Every week I'm asking the question.
I want you to keep the same energy for 15 weeks.
I'm asking the question.
You know you on tape, right? You know you on tape.
I'm on
So,
YouTube, everything. We on audio, we on Spotify, Apple Podcasts,
All right,
Stitcher,
Nicholas
all
Bates.
that shit. Every week I'm
Nicholas
asking that
Bates.
question. Good or bad, I'm asking that question. Is Dak Prescott a top 10 QB?
That's fine.
Every week.
Keep that same energy.
I'm gonna keep it. I'm right here. I ain't going nowhere. That got me all season.
Watch when he come with that little 3 interception game and shit. We gonna be like,
It ain't happened
what's
yet.
up? We gonna be
It
like,
ain't
what's up,
happened
man?
yet.
He gonna be like, oh man,
Why y'all
I
coming
don't
at the
know.
black man so much? Y'all let these shitty ass motherfucking quarterbacks get paid and all that shit.
I'm not for that. You know that.
Hey, Nick Foles producing the playoffs though, like to your standards.
Where
That's
Nick
why you
Foles
got
at
a
right
ring.
now?
You got a ring.
In the
Dak Prescott
hospital.
don't. Huh? You said
the hospital.
right? In the hospital.
Alright, let's get to the other black man who was succeeding.
Oh, you ain't gonna talk about Daniel Jones fumbling the ball?
We ain't gonna talk about that.
Okay, all right. Who we talking about next?
That was garbage time. He need to work. That's why we sit him on the bench. Lamar Jackson against the Miami Dolphins. You got to prep.
I feel like I'm gonna have the same answer for all of these.
It's still week 1.
It's just week 1, baby. It's just one
Now,
game.
but hold on.
No one thought that was gonna happen.
Exactly. And
It's
there
the
are
Dolphins.
things, but there's things you could take away though. Again, context. It's not wins, losses, 59 points. It's just not that simple. There were throws and angles of throws that he made that I was surprised. Like, holy crap, okay. He got something. Did you see that sidearm throw with the velocity and the
Let me
flick
go
of the
back
wrist?
because people say you need to apologize for a dog in the
This
Raiders.
dude was 17. He was 17 for 20, 324 yards, 5 touchdowns, QB rating of 1.58 points.
That's a fluke.
And wait, no, it's against the Dolphins, and that's why you had to press.
Yeah, you gotta press the
because RG3 got in the game, and he was 6 for 6 with a touchdown.
Yep.
Bruh, if RG3 can go 6 for 6 with a touch
off the bench.
Dolphins is gonna be a long
What
season.
I like to see was that I wasn't really. What always made me question the analysts and the people who was during the draft and all that shit about Lamar Jackson was like, in Louisville, he was throwing that rock. If anything, his second year after that Heisman, he threw the rock even better than that. And he had a great completions percentage.
I've
And my
always
thing
felt
with
the
the
same
NFL is
way.
just like with most players, sometimes you gotta let this game slow down. And I think with him, he looked just like how he did in Louisville. Because I think, was it John Harbaugh?
And this is why I said it's just week 1.
Well, I'm just saying, John Harbaugh is doing what every other quarterback right now, or head coach is doing right now with their rookie quarterbacks who excelled in college with whatever type of skills that they had. They tailor the game to them. And you saw it, like you said, and then that offensive line was phenomenal for him last Sunday. But you saw the way he was. He was poised. He knew exactly where he was going with it. He was comfortable. That spiral on that ball that was coming out for the deep ball passes was beautiful. Like, he looked like, all right, this is my second year. I'm cool. I know how to play in the NFL now. I'm good to go.
Hollywood Brown was a perfect fit for him too. Behind the defense, and Mark Ingram was a perfect fit.
Oh yeah. Marquise out of Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Man, yeah.
Perfect fit.
Yep.
Because between Lamar and Mark Ingram, that's literally lightning and thunder. and it's difficult to defend that, and because you got small wide receivers that get behind you. So when Lamar breaks off and they start breaking, first of all, they're gonna get behind you, and then when they start coming back, you don't know where they are.
And because of the RPO.
And because of the RPO.
Because you don't know if because Lamar can take off for a 10, or you got Mark Ingram, who's gonna get you at least 5 or 6.
And he's gonna bruise them. And by the time, look, the defense is gonna be totally gashed because that secondary is gonna be tired of chasing Lamar and chasing those quick ass wide receivers, and then Ingram is bruising your front seven all day. You know what I'm saying? So by the time that fourth quarter comes down, they're gonna wear a lot of teams out. So here's the thing: I know I'm gonna have to walk back a little bit of what I said about the Ravens struggling offensively, even just based off of this Dolphins performance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna be as bad as I thought. But I also said it depends on Lamar. I didn't think Lamar was gonna take this type of a jump because he's taking a jump. This is not the same quarterback we saw last year.
No, it's not.
Well, I like you. I knew the brother could throw in Louisville, so I didn't understand the criticism there. I just knew it was going to take him time to adjust to the NFL speed of the game. And some of those throws looked like he was back in Louisville. But we got to talk about the Dolphins.
They say players requested trades.
They said...
Oh, really?
Yeah, they said the whole team, or like damn near most of the team was like, get me off this squad.
And part of this goes back, first of all, Flores, I hate they did you like that, brother. But you've been set up to fail, and it's sad. But they said, and I forgot who put it in the chat, that if they traded Tunsil, there was going to be a revolt.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was a clowning thing. It was gonna be between
yes.
the clown, they were gonna revolt.
Yep, and we saw the revolt on the field. That's what that was, and that trade request probably started before they even took the field. That man they would probably be the worst team in the league because nobody want to play for him. And I think he fucked up. Wait, we try not to curse him as much. He messed up when he went at Kenny Stills playing those Jay-Z songs. That was petty. It was uncalled for. You are a coach of the team. Why are you worried about a guy who may not even be on your team next year? So
yeah, because at first, like I think you even mentioned at first you thought like, okay, he's just trying to show him like, bro, you gotta get over this. You can't let this be a distraction to you. But then at the same time, it's just like you mentioned, like with his Kenny Stills production on that team, it's like, why are you even worried about him? Like,
yeah.
He's not no blue chip wide receiver that you need to cater to. Like he can be cut and replaced like anybody else. So I think he was trying to show off that he's a head coach and like this is my team. The same shit they was talking about with Matt Patricia. Last year we was the same shit with Matt Patricia. Like they were saying the team is gonna revolt, they ain't fucking with him and his culture and all that shit. And then all of a sudden they got over it somehow, some way. Now with this team's a little bit different because Miami has been dysfunctional for years and no one's talked about it.
We know that talent trumps everything. And the reason why Matt Patricia could get away with that for about a year and a half is because he has talent on the team. Even though it's not widespread throughout the entire roster, they have talent, right? They have somebody in terms of a quarterback, of a leader of a team that you can kind of lean on a little bit. Who the hell the Dolphins got, bro? They don't have a defensive captain. They don't have an OG veteran captain. They don't have a quarterback leader. Like they don't have like who was it? Ryan Fitzpatrick?
Yeah,
Like,
he's the leader.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
And you started him, and you got this young gun.
We already knew coming into the season they were tanking. They tanking for Tua.
It's gonna be bad for him too. Look like
Shit, he might roll Eli Manning and say, I ain't going to that place.
No, but you know what? But here's the thing, though. Real talk. You know, I don't know how the salary caps and all of that really work.
Tua ain't that damn
like
good to tank for.
He ain't. Nobody is.
But I trade everybody I can and just get as many draft picks as possible. Because at this point, because you are going to get one of these quarterbacks that's going to come out this year. That's just, it is what it is. You might as well start fresh with half the squad being 22-year-olds, 23-year-olds. You might as well.
Damn. So is he fired at the end of the season, head coach?
Oh, he gone.
Yeah, all that's gone.
He gone.
They're gonna blow
Yeah,
all
he's
that
done.
up. They're gonna
He's
blow
done.
all that up.
Yep.
You know who they need to get? Who's my guy that everybody's talking about in the NCAA?
Oh, you're talking about Lincoln Riley?
Lincoln Riley. That's who they need to go. Hey,
You know,
bro.
I thought you were gonna say the guy who I wish the Bengals would have hired, Eric Bieniemy. Is that what his name is? The Kansas City. He was like the offensive coach.
I know.
Coordinator.
Yeah. I think I got an idea.
I think he should have got a chance as a head coach.
Yeah, he should. He deserves a shot.
Let's keep on going with the black quarterbacks. Deshaun Watson.
My man.
That Saints game last night, boy.
Got me that W. Got me that W.
He got off to a hot start. They just Drew Brees had him.
I don't even think it's Drew Brees. It's that Houston defense.
Yeah.
He gave him 30, like, bruh, give me 37, give me 40 seconds. All right, can you just hold these niggas back for 40 seconds? He got him the game, and he got smacked the whole time. He got sacked, six sacks, and he got hit or pressured at least.
Where
10
was
times.
JJ Watt?
Over.
He's on
Nothing.
Yeah.
He had nothing.
Only
No
one
tackles.
He's double, and the Saints got really good. They have a really good O line, so
Yeah.
now he the only one catching doubles, and he can do enough to get over it.
Yep.
Yeah. Damn. Because
You can't be
didn't he
double
come off an
teamed.
injury season last year? Or yeah.
The last 2-3 years.
He's
Yeah.
been breaking down slowly. but
Yeah,
surely.
he has. Yeah.
But my thing is like with Deshaun is like they traded. We talked about Miami. They traded for Tunsil as a left tackle and hoping that would help out with the offensive line. They mortgaged their future on pretty much this squad.
Yep.
They don't have a first round draft pick for the next 4 years.
They drafted an offensive lineman too.
They drafted offensive lineman, yet the kid still has to scramble, get hit just to get a pass off. Like
Time to fire the offensive line coach at this point.
Yep. Because it's not. I like the head coach, man. Who's the head coach?
Bill O'Brien.
Bill O'Brien. I like Bill O'Brien.
Bill O'Brien is ass catching.
I don't think so.
He is cheeks.
I don't think
For
so.
the last 6 seasons, he has done shit with that team for real.
Yeah, that's
But he
not
hasn't had
true.
And he hasn't had the real level of talent. Like DeAndre Hopkins is just not getting into his own. Obviously, Deshaun, they just got him 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? He's just not getting into his
Then
own.
he was injured when you.
And he was hurt
Yeah.
for the majority of his second year. So the continuity is just now starting
But
to
I'm
happen.
talking about the protection, offensive line.
I
You could have
feel
got
you.
that fixed a while before Deshaun even came back from injury, even up to this point.
But look, man, you can't fix an O-line in 1 year.
You can't. But I'm saying that's why I said 6 seasons. Like you look at what Dallas has done as far as offensive line. They've drafted beautiful.
But they've
But
invested
why?
elsewhere.
No. But why? Because that O-line was built pre-Dak. That O-line was built for Tony Romo.
But they still continuously kept building on that O line after Tony Romo.
Of course, but the foundation of a great O-line was already there. So it takes time. Like it's
So
gonna-
how much time does it take? That is still this
minimum 3 years.
Yeah, it takes a
minimum
few
3
years.
It took the Colts probably it was too late unfortunately, but it took them probably 2 or 3.
But that's because they didn't care about it. They kept giving them offensive weapons. It really took them 2-3 seasons. I would say 2 seasons for real.
It takes 2 seasons to get the talent in there. It takes the 3rd season for it to work, to start working, to be like, oh snap, they got an O-line. Like it takes 3 years, bro. It's not the snap of a finger. Oh, let me make these trades.
But
Let me
he's
drop
been there for
this.
6. I'm like, we all, Bill O'Brien. We all know that the game is won in the trenches. Either you have a defensive line, which they've had for a while,
But
now,
here's the
But
thing,
they've started to address that situation. They traded for Tunsil. My man just said, Kyle just said they drafted one, so they're taking the steps in the right direction. It's just going to take some time.
How much time does Deshaun have to get hit though?
I don't want to see the brother get
'Cause
hit at
we're
all.
talking about
Not a lot. He's
we're
running
talking
out of
about
time.
Another team in that same division with a quarterback. And granted, Deshaun doesn't always throw the ball away, and he always goes for extra play. That touchdown run that he had, even though it looked good, that could have fucked up his season.
Yeah. When I saw that, I was like,
Yeah.
man, you trying to make me lose my fantasy season.
Exactly, you're doing too much.
What you doing? Remember, Russell Wilson had a bad offensive line for a few years, right? He was running for his life. So, there's always going to be weak areas on a team.
Yep.
And sometimes the O-line is the one
But
that
at least he
is
have a run game. Like, does the Texans even have a good run
Lamar
game?
Miller got hurt,
Yeah,
remember,
he
he tore his ACL.
Well, I mean, like they got Carlos Hyde and Duke Johnson.
Yeah, but that's
They're not Lamar. At least
they're not
Lamar,
Lamar
yeah.
Miller.
Lamar Miller ain't got nothing to go home.
No,
with.
but he's middle of the pack though.
Yeah, he's better
good
than Duke
enough.
Johnson and Carlos Hyde combined.
Exactly. He's good enough. He's good enough to balance Deshaun Watson and DeAndre Hopkins. Or you just not gonna leave me out here. You ain't gonna put somebody on me. You know what I'm saying? He's that type of guy. I'm not saying he's a homer. He ain't no Saquon. He ain't no Todd Gurley. But he get the job done enough.
My thing,
And he's from the U.
you gotta give Deshaun something because he's been dealing with huge injuries since he got out of college. Then in college too.
100.
And I can see him easily being like Andrew Luck.
But that speaks to how good he is, right? Because he still managed to win games in spite of all of
But
that.
he didn't win last night's game.
Drew
And,
Brees,
and
Drew Brees, baby.
for me as a quarterback, it's like, damn, like,
But why didn't he win last night? Drew Brees.
Well,
Drew Brees in that defense.
I think it was more the defense than Drew Brees.
So
them motherfuckers was wide
right,
open.
because
Like, going to need the field goal.
yeah, because you open with that. So he did enough to get them to win. The defense to do their job, and they ended up with the L. So that's not really on him. He put 28 on the board.
And that's I'm not blaming Deshaun.
Yeah.
I'm blaming Bill O'Brien.
But you can't always like there is a GM and a GM has.
I
to
think
don't
Bill
have a
O'Brien
GM.
is the GM.
They don't have.
Oh, he is the GM too?
Yeah. So in that regard, I do agree with you. I think he needs to kind of step back from that because you can't do both. And
That's
we've
why he was
seen
doing
it.
that whack ass trade with who did he? Was that with Miami? Yeah, he did that whack ass trade with Miami where they just gypped his ass. He was doing whack ass trades for that. I don't think they really had a GM for the last couple seasons.
They haven't, and we're starting to see that carry out on the field. So they do need to address that because he can't do both.
Because you know what happens as a head coach, that mentality is you try to do everything in your power to win right now. You can't have the foresight to see what's down the road too. It's too difficult. That's the reason why Doc had to give it up. Like you just can't do it. That's the reason why Pop has R.C. Buford. Like you have to have somebody that handles that.
Yeah.
I can tell you what I need, and then you got to tell me like how good or when can we get it. You know what I'm saying? Like you need to be able to bounce that.
That's
off
why
somebody.
Chip fell.
100%.
Part of the reason why.
Part of it. A big part was Chip.
He was arrogant as hell.
Yeah, a big part was just
Yeah.
himself. But yeah, no, they need a GM. They need a GM.
And last but not least, another question I got is: can Cam ever get back to being Superman?
Nope.
Nah.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
You think he done?
Yeah, I think.
He's not Superman. I don't think he's like done. I think he can still
Did
play.
you see the way he was throwing the ball?
No.
I think.
Did it look weird?
I think that shoulder is still
like he was
bothering
hurting,
really
like
bad.
just
Yeah.
to throw the ball off.
I think that. Yeah, I think.
It's an ankle issue too now, right?
Mhm.
Yep,
Yeah, 'cause
that
of
too.
preseason.
Yeah,
That
he's
too.
banged up already.
Because every time I saw him throw, like it was going down there, but it looked like it was like you had to do like this afterwards.
Mhm. Yeah, I
And-
think he ain't fully recovered from that yet.
And that's crazy because if you can't throw as a QB, what the hell can you do?
I mean, there was reports about him missing like a start of the season, and they just went away, and now he's playing. So he's clearly not ready yet.
Right. He should at least go like another 5 weeks before he
5 weeks?
first
They
part,
can't afford that.
the first month of the NFL. At least come back in October, man.
They need a draft a quarterback.
Yeah.
They already did.
But who?
Will Greer.
No,
They
they
need,
need to start
yeah,
drafting them now.
like
just
the
have
guy.
him- like Aaron
hey,
Rodgers. Have him
yep.
sit behind the clipboard for
Yep.
what Cam Newton's last 5 years, something like that. Once Cam Newton hang it up.
They ain't gonna give him 5.
I'm
Nah.
just throwing a number out there.
This
But
year.
they should draft a quarterback and just have him behind the clipboard, learning. Cam go off in the sunset or get traded or whatever. That's your guy. They need to do
When they
that.
put Cam on the Bears.
They still can't do that. They can't throw.
Damn. So you got Cam Newton and Mitch Trubisky on the same level.
Cam's still better. I'll take Cam over him. But I'm just saying, like they still gonna need plays down the field. And Cam's too much of a tough guy. That's the reason why he hurt the way he hurt.
What you think about your boy Baker Mayfield?
Ooh,
Well, your boy really, because you
I would
picked the
say that.
Browns to win the division.
I did.
I like Baker.
I'm not saying stick to your guns. I'm not saying
No,
week one.
not at all.
It's just week one.
Yeah, it's week one, and I think for guys like Baker, he needs this because he's the one that likes to throw a lot of fire out. And sometimes
And
he
you
gets
saw.
spit back
I know
at
you
you.
saw what whatchamacallit said. Walker.
Yeah,
Tight
Delaney
end.
was that. Hey, I
Yeah.
fuck
No,
with
what he
Delaney.
said?
He on my fantasy league too. I was happy.
He
to
said
see
what?
that.
Did he say if you want to crown him, go ahead and crown him? We
Yeah, he's like, yeah, they are what they are. Like
Mm.
we beat them by 30. Like you go ahead and crown if you want to crown. You still got to go out there and play football.
Was that the
I mean,
Dennis
that's true.
Green?
No.
No,
Yeah,
that's
what he was
the-
trying to say. Yeah, we are what they thought they were.
Yeah,
that type of shit. Yeah.
Yep. And he was like, you still got to go out there and play the football.
And
No
this
matter
is
what, no
why-
matter how good you look on paper, you still got to go out there and play.
And this is why early on I was saying I love the talent, but for one, that coach I do not trust because he got that job. I don't know how the fuck he got that job. He got some naked pictures of somebody in the Browns organization. Because I don't know why the fuck they let it. Greg Williams won them games last season, not him. Freddie Kitchen was just the running back coach who got promoted to offensive coordinator, who got promoted to head coach. All in one season. So it's like he don't really have no experience in this. And then on top of that, like I said, like I can see this team based off talent either being 11-5 or 8-8.
So let me ask you: do you think this is more of an indictment on Freddie Kitchens or the players?
I think it's a little bit of both, but I'm gonna put more blame on Freddie Kitchen because it's your job as a head coach to get your players prepared and ready. I'm seeing Baker Mayfield have more fun in the damn commercials with Hulu than he is on the damn field. Like you traded your offensive lineman to the Giants to get some of these defensive players, but we all know again, you win your games from the trenches. And you saw that offensive line couldn't do shit against a Tennessee defense, let alone.
But Tennessee's been tough on defense.
No, I agree with that, but
They ain't no hope.
I'm just saying, like you still got Baltimore twice a year, and you still got Pittsburgh twice a year, and Cincinnati defense is still a division game, so you won't sniff at that. So it's just like you got to go through that, and you still got to play the Pats this season as well. So there's a lot of things that. So I'm not seeing that's a good look.
So you know when Chuck Daly took over the Dream Team. You know they lost to like a select team of college players, and Chuck Daly wanted that to happen because sometimes you got to get smacked in the mouth to know it's really real. And I'm not saying that the Browns are this exceptional team. No, they have to come and play. And like I said, I picked them based off of talent. I'm gonna stick to that because I think on paper, and I think once they put it together, once they figure it out, they needed this to be like, oh, okay. Yeah, we talked all that, but now we got to back it up. Now they got to go back it up. And these guys individually have backed up a lot of their own talk previously. It's still 15, 16 more games, bro. They going to be out.
I'm not saying that they're bums and they done. All I'm saying is that I'm not expecting greatness out of them for this season, like some other people.
I just think that, in the NFL, the first 3 to 6 weeks, that's a long time of the season. You're still figuring a lot of stuff out.
Yeah.
There's certain teams that already haven't figured out. Patriots got to figure it out, right? They're just tweaking their, they're already have sights on the playoffs, right? The teams that are competitive, they're the ones that start to catch. You start to see because football is a rhythm game, and we're talking about now in the off season or coming into training camp, mini camp, all of that type of stuff. You're not hitting, you're not doing this, bro. Your body got to get adjusted to that. Aaron Rodgers ain't played no preseason. There's a whole bunch of quarterbacks this year ain't played no preseason. It's gonna take them 2 to 3.
And that's a mistake. And that's the reason why
I don't think it's a mistake.
I think that's the reason why Mitch struggled so much in week 1. I'm just saying. Look, I'm just saying. I think, and I'm gonna bring it back around to Cleveland, but I think that's the reason why Mitch struggled week 1 and some of these other quarterbacks struggled week 1 because they didn't get no reps. Mitch is only his second year in that offense.
But let me ask you something, right? Like when you see Carson Wentz, he struggled. But when he turned it on, he turned it on. You see it, bro. Trubisky, outside of that one game last year, but you don't see nothing.
We don't know yet. This is third season.
Look, man. Look. Let me ask everybody in the room something. When we saw Russell Wilson, we knew he was a starter, yes or no?
Yeah.
When we saw Deshaun Watson, we knew he was a starter, yes or no?
Yeah.
Does it take 3 years to know if they're a starter or not? It does not, bro. Mitch Trubisky is not a starter in this league. Neither was Ryan Tannehill. As soon as I saw him, I said, what the hell are they doing with that? He's not no starter in this league, bro. And I understand you got to give the guy a little bit of time because sometimes the diamond in the rough does happen. But he don't have it.
But I think to your point is that, is what really been the theme of this show for me is that it's week 1. Because they don't play. And we can't, overreact to a lot of things. So Mitch could very well be better because he didn't play a lot. That remains to be seen. Lamar Jackson may come back down to earth. That remains to be seen.
Okay, but the thing is, okay, like I said about Lamar, we see the improvement. I didn't see Jack.
No, he was.
Kyler Murray, right? 5'0" quarterback, gonna be in shotgun all day. Hey,
he was terrible.
Yeah, he was there right up into the end.
Okay, but that takes moxie, and also this is week 1. Week 1,
but you can't use both arguments.
But what my point is the fact that you saw something out of Kyler Murray, week 1, start 1, that makes him special. I have not seen that from Trubisky outside of one game, and that was fluky. I will see this more out of Kyler Murray more consistently than I see anything out of Mitch Trubisky. I saw it out of Deshaun Watson. I saw it out of Russell Wilson early. No, they're not great yet. But you see, like, they different. Mitch Trubisky ain't different. That's my point.
But the Browns.
The Browns. You mentioned Chuck Daly as far as
yes, bringing it back.
He was a championship coach before the Dream Team, right?
100.
What is Kim?
No,
What is
no,
Freddie
no, he ain't. No,
That's what I'm saying.
and I'm not saying.
That's my only reason.
But that's why I agree with you. I disagree with you. To me, the onus isn't on Freddie; it's on the players.
Come on,
You look
man.
at the Browns. I saw that game. I think you see things that you can fix, like undisciplined penalties. Because it was an offensive lineman that kicked the player after the play.
That's locker room. That's culture.
I think that can be fixed.
Freddie Kitchen was sweeping all that bullshit in the off season on the OTAs about what Odell got a $300,000 watch on in the game. What the hell is my wide receiver doing with the $300,000?
Let that man live life. You know, I wanted to talk
Let
about
that
that.
man live. What has that man done in this league?
What has he done?
What has he done in this league, kid?
He's
You
on
want a
the
playoff
fastest
game? You want a playoff game?
and we understand all that.
B, what has Odell done in this league?
Has DeAndre Hopkins, has he won a playoff game yet?
Yeah, he's won a playoff game. They beat the Bengals all the time, and with Brian Hoyer as the
Hopkins?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause you've been there longer for sure.
Exactly. The next
Hold on. I'm trying to think of some good receivers. We all know that. I don't like using the playoff game argument because football is such a team sport.
But when we're talking about impact
So that's
players,
a little bit unfair to hold
When
that
we're talking about
against
impact players, that has to mean something. Like either you win games, you win playoff games, you show up in the big moments, you help elevate your team. Like what did we see on Sunday? Granted, it's week 1 that said, okay, this Browns team is different.
No, I 100% agree.
No, we still have to wait and see.
Yeah.
We still have to wait to see, but I'm just saying, like, we came in hyped to see something.
And that's why I put
Odell
on the
didn't even get
players.
100 yards.
But that's why I put and Odell's not going to average 100 yards a game.
But I'm just saying he didn't get 100 yards or a touchdown.
No, I feel you. And there's going to be games like that, especially when you have to disperse the ball the way that they're going to have to disperse the ball to feed them out. At the end of the day, that's why I put it on the players, because the players got to go out there and they got to show up. And they gotta
Because you know the thing is, and we heard what Delaney,
Walker, yeah.
what he said after the game. They came in hype to put them boys to sleep.
Exactly.
They
got
came
a
in with a
target.
purpose. And who said that? It's the big boy that used to play for the Patriots. He said it on First Take. He said they're going to see that all season long.
Look, man.
Because they've been talking too much.
There's a transition that you mentally have to make when you go from the hunter to the hunted. You know what I'm saying? The hunted. When people are coming after you instead of you going after people because you're trying to prove yourself.
But when did they ever go after anybody?
What I'm saying is they painted the own target on them. With
Yeah.
Baker talking,
Yep.
the Odell trade, the
It's
Freddie
self-inflicted.
Kitchens thing. Exactly, it's self-inflicted. And that's why I said to me, it's on the players. They got to get smacked in the mouth.
And the media. Because the
And
media been hyping them up
exactly.
too.
The
And
media
them boys
has
ain't
been
done
clowning
shit.
them. They haven't done nothing. They need to understand how real
nothing.
it is.
Is that what happened with the Eagles squad a couple years ago?
Yes.
Yep, same thing. The
Same
only
thing.
team that managed to do something were the Rams last year.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't say shit. They was letting everybody else talk.
Yeah, they just went on. But they didn't get this much hype.
Now they was hyped a lot.
Not like this.
Not the way the
Not like
the
this.
When they
Browns
got
did.
Sue, and then when they got Brandon Cooks, and when they got
Not the Browns,
they
never
had
hype,
Gurley
bro.
Not the way
already.
this Browns. This
You
Browns.
said that was they were more hyped with this.
They went from
The Odell
OS.
trade itself was big.
because they said the Rams was a Super Bowl team right off the bat too.
Yeah, because we saw evidence of that before, which is what you were kind of going back to before. We haven't seen anything leading up to this. We haven't seen the process. They went from winning a few games last year to Super Bowl contender overnight. Come on.
No, they
That
went,
doesn't happen.
They went to the playoffs the year before the Super Bowl.
I'm talking about the Browns.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Browns. But we saw trends with the Rams.
Yeah.
We didn't see that. We saw Sean McVay prove that he can coach.
Exactly.
We haven't seen Freddie Kitchens prove he has to prove himself too.
That's true.
So Delaney didn't say what he said for no reason.
Right.
They were ready.
They was.
And
They
they
was.
yep. So
They wanted all the smoke.
All right, FIFA. I'm gonna go with your division pick for the NFC South.
Mm-hmm.
How the Falcons go, bro?
It's gonna be. But they don't look good, man.
nah, they look terrible.
It's the same problem they had last year outside of the injuries. Is in the trenches, they still weak on both sides of the ball.
Yep.
They don't got no running game.
They don't.
Freeman, they should have been let Freeman go. I don't know why they let Tevin.
He got hurt too, though.
He did.
And he wasn't any better though. They were better
He
together.
played
Yeah, they were
shit.
better
He didn't get a
together.
yard. What did Freeman do? I didn't. He
Eight-
fumbled. He
18
got
yards.
sacked behind the line.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah,
bad.
18 yards. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, it was bad.
Nothing.
It was bad.
And make it work. Rookie right guard out for 8 weeks.
Yep.
Broke his foot.
Yep.
And on top of that, Matty Ice throwing ducks to the defense.
It's
Bring
week one.
Kyle Shanahan back.
Yeah.
You said make Matty great again. I don't think anything. I think that might have been. I think Colin Cowherd said it best. Matt Ryan is more Andy Dalton than Aaron Rodgers.
100. 100. I don't think nobody.
So I think that was just one great year of Matt Ryan. I don't even know.
Look at the numbers, bro. He's been hella consistent.
No,
Look at the numbers.
I understand his numbers are good. We was just talking about that Kyle last season. He had like almost 5,000 yards and 35 touchdowns.
He hasn't thrown
With 7 picks.
interception game since 2017.
Yeah, with 7 picks last year. So he had a great stat line. But did they even make the playoffs last year?
They were.
Were they even relevant last year?
Yeah,
Context.
No, I'm just saying though. We always go on Aaron Rodgers. He don't need a defense. He can at least do something.
But
Aaron Rodgers showed us that.
But Aaron Rodgers is on a whole nother level, number one.
And does he have?
And he hasn't had a team around him, number two. We've been said that.
Oh, okay, I agree with that. But Matty Ice has at least offensive weapons.
We know that,
which we can see from the stats.
100.
So he still can't win games in the offensive league.
He's not a guy that necessarily elevates other people. He's just a proficient guy.
he was able to do most of that early on in his career. I think as he's gotten older, he's gonna need more support around.
What other support? You got the best weapons in the fucking league.
What he's gonna need, he needs a more consistent run game, like a Lamar Miller. He don't need the best. He don't need, you know what I'm saying, a damn who the Dallas Cowboys? Zeke. They don't need a Zeke, but they need somebody that can go get them 1,300 yards consistently.
And that starts with the line.
That's a strong running back.
But even if it's split between two, like 800, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
All I'm saying is
A run game.
A run game. You know what I'm saying? And they need a defense. All you need is Julio. But obviously they got way more than Julio. But they look, man. I don't know how much I believe in Quinn Snyder now.
Dan Quinn?
Or Quinn Snyder, Dan Quinn.
Yeah,
I think Dan Quinn's time is starting to come up, and it's not to say that he's a bad coach because he toughened them up after Mike Smith. Mike Smith.
I was just about to say
he made buttercups.
Dan Quinn is looking like Mike Smith during his last leg.
Not really, not all the way, because Mike Smith had these guys play soft. These Falcons don't play soft. They're just not. They just don't have a championship.
I think
coach.
You saw how Minnesota was running up and down that damn team. That's soft.
Minnesota is a Super Bowl team.
Minnesota's pretty good.
I could have said the same thing about y'all.
Who's y'all?
The Falcons.
But Minnesota's better coached. Mike Zimmerman is a way better coach.
but we'll see. Who next on your list?
Well, I had what was the last one? I think that was it for real, because I think you already talked about.
Okay, no ones that matter.
Real quick, so what made you pick Thielen over Julio?
Oh yeah, that's what I meant to go to. You brought up Julio. All right, y'all. From what I saw,
Oh, so
last
you
Sunday,
setting up a segue.
Yeah.
I see what you were doing.
I gotta admit it, bro. It took me a while because when I brought up Julio being one of the best wide receivers, y'all brought up his stats, and I was like, damn, those are some eye-opening stats. So I had to look at some other shit. And that boy Adam Thielen, it was funny that they played the Falcons last Sunday. I think Adam Thielen is a better wide receiver than Julio right now.
Oh,
I'm gonna say that, and I'm gonna say we're gonna have to watch it for the rest of the season. But hey, Julio can only get a touchdown in garbage time. Are we serious? Are you serious?
Xavier Rose is a tough matchup.
But he's Julio Jones. Do we say that about anybody else? Do we say, hey, Antonio Brown can't get open because Xavier Rose? Do we say, Odell can't get open because Xavier Rose? Like,
These kids say the darndest things.
I'm just saying.
Like I was saying, he was just going off on us about why he's the best guy, and the best wide receiver.
Well, hey, what's my motto? With new evidence, I gotta change my.
You don't have new evidence.
I got
bro.
new evidence. Julio,
What is the evidence?
Julio is not top 3 anymore.
What is the evidence?
He's still top 5. I'm not disrespecting.
How did you go from in August saying?
So where's Thielen at?
Yeah.
I think Thielen's top 3
Top 3?
wide receivers in the league right now.
Thielen is not better than
He
Jordan.
even looking like,
I think Thielen is top 3 wide receiver. Depending on how this AB shit check out, I think it's
Let's just take AB out of it.
Okay.
So DeAndre Hopkins.
DeAndre Hopkins.
He's better than DeAndre.
No. It's
Okay.
AB, DeAndre Hopkins.
No, take AB out.
Okay, so it's
DeAndre
Hopkins, Thielen,
Tripping.
Julio,
Tripping.
whoever else.
Look.
So you put Thielen on Odell?
You was talking about what you done. What has Thielen done? How long has Thielen been doing it?
Thielen been doing for the last 3 seasons.
He had a 200-yard game.
Yeah.
I mean,
I gotta check, but I know he
I look. No, continue talking.
Thielen has had more touchdowns in the last 2 seasons than Julio. Julio doesn't have more yards, but not by that much in my opinion. Like it's like 100 or 200 more yards.
yeah, it's close.
It's not that much. And he's dealing with would y'all say Kirk Cousins is better than Matt Ryan?
Let me ask you this: who do you think sees more double teams?
Oh, okay. I'll give you Julio. But at the same time, like as the best.
Wait, hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
Who's on the other side of Thielen?
He's got Stephon Diggs. Is he as good as Calvin Ridley?
Calvin really just became Calvin Ridley.
I'm just saying, was you going off based off projections from last season or this season?
Right now, Stephon Diggs is better than Calvin Ridley.
Yes.
Today.
I would say I'll pick Calvin Ridley today over Stephon.
Nah, you tripping.
You're picking him on upside.
Yep. Because Calvin Ridley's nice. I'm not taking it away.
Yeah.
But Stephon Diggs did more
I'm not
in
saying
this
Diggs
league.
is shitty either. He's top
No,
20. Yeah.
but I'm just saying he's done more in this league than
So
Calvin
you
Ridley.
want Thielen's numbers? Okay, his numbers last year, he had 1,373 yards, 1,373 receiving yards, 9 touchdowns. 2017, 1,276 yards, and 4 touchdowns. So it sounds almost kind of like
13 touchdowns total over the last 2 years. Huh?
over the last 2 years. Yep. And I mean, and then in 2016, when he had under 1,000 reception yards, only 5 touchdowns.
That don't sound like Julio to me, bro.
I'm saying over the last 2 seasons. I'm saying right now, though. Right now.
That's single covered, by the way.
That ain't single covered. Everybody knows Thielen.
Ain't nobody double teaming Adam Thielen.
Everybody knows Thielen by now. Thielen had a
They
break.
not double teaming him. They don't give a fuck about him.
That's all I'm saying. All I know.
We don't. Let's watch these 2 plays. I'm gonna say let's put for 2019-2020 season Julio and Adam Thielen.
See,
we don't see that.
This is why we need some statisticians. I need to know how many times last year Adam Thielen was double teamed.
Why does that matter?
What do you mean?
What does that matter if
I think we're gonna have to pay for Pro Football Focus.
We are. We're gonna have to pay
if
something.
Julio is as good as you say, does a double team matter?
It does.
I'm asking you, yes.
Yes, because it shows how much the defense fears that player.
Okay.
And then it also shows how productive that person could be, even being double teamed more than the other player. What are you talking about?
Okay.
That's huge.
He wasn't double teamed in the Minnesota game. I guarantee you that. If not the whole game, because I know Xavier Rhodes. I saw the plays. It was just good coverage.
And this is why I said we need a statistician. I would like to see over the last 2 years, as you claim, how many times Thielen has been double teamed versus Julio. Because
it pains me to say this.
Because if Thielen has like 1 or 2 more touchdowns and 200 less yards, but he got double teamed less than half of the time Julio got double teamed, bro, then your whole argument is in the trash.
By what logic, though? That's what I
I'm
don't
going off the
understand.
eye test. That boy Thielen has been.
There is no
Julio.
eye test that will make you pick Adam
I'm
Thielen
talking about eye
over
test as far as production, not as far as talent. I'm talking about production. That boy can. Anytime that ball's thrown his way, he comes down.
Adam is not better than Jordy Nelson, bro.
Come on, man.
When Jordy Nelson.
Not career wise, but I mean, why are you bringing up Jordy Nelson? Like,
Because I'm being racist right now.
That's like saying he ain't better than Chris Collinsworth. Like, what does that mean? Like,
Because I could have made an argument that Jordy Nelson was as good as Julio Jones. That's why Jordy Nelson was a bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
Adam Thielen is not even comparable.
He ain't
to
a
that.
bad motherfucker.
Adam Thielen and Cooper Kupp are basically the same guy.
Alright. You was just praising wide receivers before we hit play.
Yeah.
Now you're talking shit.
They balling, but nah, man. Julio and DeAndre Hopkins are on a whole nother level physically. That even Thielen's nice, but bro, he can't do what Julio do.
I'm not saying he can, but production wise, he is up there.
But he's not better than Julio.
He's getting the second.
I think right now we'll see. I think right
Is
now.
he
I'm saying he's better right
Is
now.
he being covered by number 1 cornerbacks? No.
Yes.
No, he's not. They covering Stephon Diggs.
He's the number one receiver
No,
on the
he's
Vikings.
not.
He ain't better. He's not better than Stephon Diggs?
No.
We had Isaiah Oliver, my number one corner is true front. He was over there.
Diggs covering him.
I'm talking about
Diggs-
this ain't Madden. All right, you know what I'm saying?
We
You know, you might have the trophy, but hey.
When he scored, it was on Isaiah Oliver. The second year guy.
Yeah.
That's based on certain coverages. All right.
No.
And he spent most of his time in the slot, so I mean,
Nah, he be on the outside.
yeah. But I mean, he played both. That's what helps him out too.
I mean,
He started out in the slot. He got a lot of his production early on in his career in
Julio
the
has-
slot,
Julio-
and then he moved to the outside. I think last year
Julio last season was a lot of good production came out of Julio being in the slot.
they moved
Because
him
he keeps
around.
getting double teamed.
Well, be,
And you gotta free him.
okay. Nonetheless, you moving your best player around, right?
Look, man.
They're not moving Thielen around like
All
that.
right. We'll see. I'm just saying. Look, we're gonna watch the season. I'm willing to eat crow on this because I was crying when I found it. When I came to this realization, I was like, I'm gonna have to tell these niggas this. I gotta bring this to the quad.
Nah, you should have left this where you found him.
I'm just saying. Look at Adam Thielen. Barring any injuries, look at Adam Thielen and Julio Jones this season.
Adam Thielen's nice, but he ain't Julio. I'm sorry.
Like, look at the 1,600. This dude had 1,400 yards on 88 receptions in 2017.
On 88 receptions. 88 receptions.
Okay, this
And you know how many of them receptions was probably double team, bro?
That don't matter.
That matters, shit. Look.
We
hold on.
play a game.
Wait, hold on.
Defensive Madden
Wait.
champ.
What
He
you
got something
got?
to say.
On December of 2018, Thielen, quote, I think Diggs on one play last week had 3 guys on him. I think for the most part, third downs, he's always getting double coverage a lot. That's what Thielen said about Diggs. So that just shows you, I mean,
He
that's
getting one-on-ones.
Yeah, he's getting one-on-ones. That's how Thielen can eat.
I'm willing to be proven wrong on this theory.
Yo,
That's
you
a-
just
you-
been
you
proved
are
wrong.
right.
I said 2019, 2020, we looking at Julio Jones. and
You
Adam Thielen.
said now.
I'm
You said
saying I'm going off the past for my prediction of
And this
to
was last
of-
season.
of this season.
This was literally last season.
Okay.
Late last season, too.
And
So
that's fine. He
you
can
had a
say
lot of
that.
data.
He can say that. I'm just gonna go off what I'm saying.
Let me ask you, because you obviously understand defense, right? Does double teaming a wide receiver or any player offensively, what does that mean if you have to do that?
Well, you want to slow him down and neutralize him. He ain't gonna stop him. Neutralize him.
Mm-hmm.
So you take your best bet on the best guy. So you double the best dude. So what you trying to say exactly?
He just wants you to say agree with him. That's basically
I
what
do.
he ain't want to say all that. You say I agree with you, FIFO. I'm just saying this. It don't matter. When we talked about JJ Watt, when we talked about impact players, like it really shouldn't matter who whatever. You get through that. You get to your man. You do what you're supposed to do. You do what you do best, right? Julio's best thing he can do is catch balls and get over. He ain't doing that. He ain't doing that against Minnesota.
Xavier Rhodes is a top tier
We just
quarterback.
talked about corners, and the only one that we mentioned was Jalen Ramsey. So I don't want to hear about Xavier Rhodes. We
Because
literally talked about that last week.
So you saying Xavier Rhodes is not a baller?
I'm just saying.
You saying that boy?
I'm
He's
saying
not a shutdown corner.
I'm saying if you telling me I got Julio and he going against Xavier Rhodes, are you worried?
I was like, Minnesota's defense good.
I'm just saying that matchup. Are you worried?
You said who?
Julio versus Xavier
Oh,
Rhodes.
I know today's. I'm gonna have to work a little harder.
All
today.
right. I'm saying.
I know I'm
are
gonna have
you
to work a little
worried?
harder
Are you
today.
worried? Are you worried
About Xavier
Julio?
Rhodes, I'll take Julio all day.
Okay, so then what we talking about then? What we talking about?
I'm talking about that the product. You cannot
If
ignore
you're not-
the
if you're
fact.
not worried
Look, it's
about
just like,
Xavier
when Ben Wallace had to guard Shaq, Shaq still probably got his, but it was a lot harder, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You know, when
Did Julio get his? What was his stat line for Sunday, B?
nobody. I think Sunday was atrocious for
mention the whole
everybody.
stat line because he got a lot of garbage points at the end when it didn't matter.
Look, man.
I'm just saying, I didn't expect Julio to only get a touchdown in garbage time. That's just me.
Julio is a
Still
top 2
count.
wide receiver. There's only one person I can say that is better than Julio. And it's arguable because obviously Julio was number 1 on my list.
I think it's technically 2, but you don't want to count.
AB's nice, but he can't do what DeAndre Hopkins and Julio can do. And there's only a third other guy that I can say that can physically do what they do, and that's your boy.
If you want to go by stats, what we always go by, literally, Julio and Hopkins have never done what AB's done in the last 5 seasons.
And I understand all that. And that's what I'm saying. It's not just stats. AB is a quick in and out Put him in the slot. Can he play outside? Of course, but he primarily kills you on the inside. He's quick. He's in and out. Boom, boom. He's a racking guy. Get it in, he goes. Julio can do that. AB does it way better. I'm not arguing that. But what Julio can do, AB can't even come close to smelling what Julio can do when you throw the ball 14 feet up in the air. Go tell AB to go catch that. He can't do that. And there's nothing he can do. He can't work out. He can't do no stretches. He can't do no plyometrics. He can't go catch a 15-foot ball in the air. He can't.
Based off that passion, I want to believe you. But remember when I brought that point up about red zone targets and all that?
Mm-hmm.
You talked about throwing up the ball 14 inches or whatever, 14 feet in the air. Julio ain't come down with that either.
Hey, and what have I been saying for a long time? That's partly Steve Sarkisian.
All right, now we blaming the coaches. What happened? We was talking about blaming the players with the Browns, but now we blaming the coaches with the Falcons. What's going on? Like, come on, man. Am I really bugging when I say this stuff? That's why I'm asking these questions.
Yes.
And I know for 100%
Is Julio's production not?
And I know for 100% fact, Julio is the most double team person in the red zone in the NFL. I know that for a fact.
Okay.
I don't need nobody.
But you just mentioned something that should nullify that because he's the biggest wide receiver probably in the NFL.
But they're getting big corners now, bro. That's not anything new.
Is Xavier Rose as big as Julio?
I don't know how big Xavier Rose is.
6 feet.
Julio's 6'4" at least.
Doesn't matter. 6 feet. You in the.
Alright, don't matter. What you mean it don't matter?
Bro, I be shutting niggas down at 6'3" playing basketball. I'm 5'6".
Alright.
That nigga a whole foot taller than me.
Alright, now when FIFO gotta bring up his stats, that's when we gotta move on to the next topic.
Xavier Rose is 6'1". He's 6'1".
You in the conversation?
Yeah, he's 6'1".
3 inches. What's 3 inches, bro? Ask your chick.
Oh, yeah, that was good. That was funny.
Look, I forgot the one black quarterback we forgot to talk about.
James.
Hell no. We ain't talking about that. I forgot about that. Jacoby Brissett.
He did.
Brisket. Or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But it's week 1, people.
It is week 1, but
Did he look good?
Jacoby?
Yeah.
Jacoby look good.
You think he's going?
He can play.
You think the coach will hitch their wagon to him?
No,
Why not?
unless he shows them otherwise.
Yeah,
But
I gotta see the season.
Yeah.
Because he's one guy that we know he has enough talent to win in this league. We just don't know how much he can win in the league. Is he truly like the greatest backup, or is he a really good starter?
Right.
These are questions that we don't really know.
Like, can he be a journey? I think he's more of a journeyman guy. I think he'd be like a Ryan Fitzpatrick that can come in when you lead a quarterback. He could be your guy. That can
Who used
carry
to be the
over
guy
time.
behind Tony Romo? John Kitna. He did, you know, hey, John Kitna been around the league. John Kitna, Nick Foles, you know what I'm saying? Like, is he that, or is he a legit starter?
And I would prefer for him to be a starter, but we do need guys like that.
Yeah, of course.
You know, we don't have white guys
Charlie
do it all the
Batch.
time. We
Remember
need,
Charlie Batch?
yeah, we need
I'm just
black
saying.
tournament
You're
quarterbacks.
naming some motherfucking bottom feeders.
I'm naming
No.
the best second string quarterbacks that's playing.
Was that your expectations for Jacoby?
No. The point is that
Charlie Batch and John Kidd.
no, but he could be that, and if he is that, I don't think that's bad because when you are a black quarterback, you either have to be Cam or else. And if you are not top of the line, Mike Vick S type quarterback, then they don't want to even touch you, as Colin Kaepernick did. So you have to be great, or you can't even, or you're not good enough to be a backup for them.
100.
So that's why if he doesn't pan out as a starter, I will. If he could just be a backup to just a journeyman quarterback, I would take that because that means there will be jobs for other black quarterbacks in the league.
I think that's changing though with Patty Mahomes and Russell Wilson.
What?
As far as what we think of black quarterbacks, because we usually think of Cam as being like, all right, that's the pinnacle. So I'm just saying like the mold that they come in.
Well, I just mentioned them in terms of success, in terms of what are your impact. We could throw Patrick Mahomes in there. We could throw Russell Wilson, but they have to be elite. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Twice as bad. Yeah, that's it. So can we have an average black quarterback in the league?
Can we have like Jay Cutler?
Right. Where's our Jay Cutler? Exactly. So I prefer to succeed, but I'm just
Since
saying.
we've been going down the list, I'm like, damn, every team that we kind of mentioned had a black quarterback. Like, and even with Patrick Mahomes, how he balled out against Jackson.
I would say almost half the league has black quarterbacks now.
Not half.
Jameis may end up being a backup quarterback.
He might be.
Jameis might be the Jay Cutler.
He could be. You know, he could be. I mean, you know, we
Wait,
said
hold on. Let's name them out. You got Deshaun. You got Pat Mahomes. You got
Russ.
Russ. You got Jacoby Brissett. Cam. Kyler Murray. Dak.
King still starting.
He's about 7. I think that's.
Is it?
I think so.
I think that is.
That's about almost a third.
Almost a third. A little less.
somebody said our Jay Cutler is Mark Sanchez.
No.
Oh, Tyrod. I mean, Tyler, yeah, you're right. Jacob Carter.
Tyrod
No,
didn't start.
no, but Tyrod was the journeyman black quarterback.
he
Yeah,
was. Yeah, he sure
he
was.
really was. Yep, he sure was. Sam Darnold. Let me beat up on some white quarterbacks. Or the one that they want to be their guy. Oh man, what did they have? A 17-point lead or something like that? And blew it?
Oh, Kingdom?
Nah, Sam Darnold. Sam
No,
Darnold.
that's Washington
Yeah,
and Carson Wentz. It was Buffalo Jets game, but Sam Darnold didn't look too good out there. Let's see who else.
They
we can beat
hyped him
on.
up, didn't they?
Yeah, they hyped him up.
Big time.
It's just week one though, B. It's just
Nah,
week
but
one.
Case Keenum, yeah, he was up 17.
We got Dwayne Haskins. He ain't started yet, but he's on the way.
He ain't ready.
Eventually, he's not ready yet. But Keenum keep going 17-point lead. That's still good.
But
I was surprised by that time. Like, damn, he put 17 against the Eagles.
Oh, we didn't say Lamar.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's 8.
That's it.
Damn.
who else? Kyler.
We said Kyler.
Oh yeah, people think you crazy in the chat saying Thielen is better than
I
Julio.
know what I sound like, y'all. I'm not delusional. I'm just saying I like to get ahead of the curve.
There's no curve. You about to run straight off into the ravine.
Yeah, right.
I'm just saying when we look at them stats, you're like, damn,
bro,
Nick was on to something.
No, you just Thelma, dog. Louise Ben jumped out the car.
Right.
Oh yeah, Teddy Bridgewater.
Teddy Bridgewater.
Yep.
He in the league, but he not starting.
But he may end up being
I
a
feel bad
backup
for
though.
Teddy.
Yeah.
Teddy had he was the franchise QB in Minnesota, and all of a
Heard
sudden,
that leg? We got RG3. RG3 is another backup.
Yeah.
Colin, when we consider Colin,
Colin who? Which one?
Cat. He not in the
He
league.
back it
I'm
up.
just- He's technically still in the league.
He ain't in the league, man.
You already see what somebody was making the trade to try to get somebody when Nick Foles went out. Yeah, Jacksonville made like a trade.
They got something to do with a mustache. But go ahead.
Yeah, like they went through like a whole trade just to try to get like some backup quarterbacks to fill in for Nick Foles.
Yeah.
Didn't even hit up Cap.
Is Gino?
He's still in the league.
He's still in the league.
Yeah, I think he back up in.
Gino can't play. That's his problem.
I think he back
That's
in
why
Seattle.
people always got pissed off that people thought that when they benched Eli for Geno, it was because everybody loved Eli. It was like, nah, it was because people hated Geno. That's what it was.
Josh Dobbs, B. Josh Dobbs went to the Jags.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he on the Jags?
Yeah. Shout out to I missed your name in the chat. I just saw it pop up. Oh, Brandon Grizzard in the chat.
Is Josh Green or something?
He was playing last year, I think.
What?
No.
For the Skins.
He gone.
He gone.
He gone?
Yep.
Yeah, how about they probably didn't get
Yeah,
picked
they
up.
called him on the couch. They said, you bust one out real quick.
Yep, they sure did.
Carson Wentz, good comeback. That's your man's, ain't it?
They ain't shit for
Okay.
me.
All right.
That's the Skins, bro. Come on.
Carson,
Jay Gruden done coaching ass.
And that boy, man.
He done.
He been on the hot seat for the last 3 years, and somehow
That's a
someone
wrap.
escaped.
It should be a wrap.
You up 17-0. You got a running back. Apparently he tore his meniscus or whatever.
He's watching biscuits.
yeah.
Something. Yeah.
I'm serious.
Back to back.
Yeah, guys. Yeah. It's a different knee. But you're up. You're leading 17-0. You're not running the ball. You got Case Keenum throwing the ball. Oh, why are we talking about mediocre quarterbacks? How about Flacco?
Oh yeah. He
Where all
was-
y'all at? Where all y'all at?
I don't know what the hell. That's something where I might have to go with coaching. Because they didn't target Emmanuel Sanders until late in the second half. And I know that for a fact.
Flacco
I
can't
got my
play.
fantasy team. And I'm like, why the fuck are they not going?
Oh yeah, Jay Money, Cardale Jones, and Deshaun Kaiser. Yeah. All right. So
They-
shout out to the
they-
chat,
they-
man. They
they-
coming through.
But Denver should have won that game easily, in my opinion.
Darshan
Easily.
Patel says he should be fired.
Huh?
Who should be fired?
Jay Gruden.
Oh,
He
yeah,
should
yeah,
have been
he
fired.
should've been
Yep.
That's that. He don't get no contest with that.
Yeah. Nah, man, it's just terrible. He should have been fired a couple of years ago. But Joe Flacco, I don't know why people thought he was gonna be.
But it was the scheme. Like they didn't really push the ball down the
Flacco
field like
can't
that
play,
till
bro.
late.
Flacco just can't play. I've been saying this for years.
I mean, I'm not going.
I've been saying it after he won the Super Bowl, and it took a minute, but people finally caught on.
It took a minute. Yeah.
At least I'm right. At least I know I'm right. He'll never be right with this Adam Thielen shit.
I'm just saying. Look, look. I'm pro brother too, kid. You know what I'm saying? I try to support it. I tie my wagon to that when y'all all hating on me. Even Kyle looking at me.
You know we don't hate that. Don't put that out
We just
there.
don't want them to get paid.
No, we already. Oh shit!
What now? We'll break. What news, bro?
Christian Yelich is out for the year. Baseball player. He was the MVP.
For what squad? Not the Braves.
Damn, the
Braves?
Brewers. Yeah,
Brewers? I don't even think they was in the hunt anyway.
it was a foul ball
Damn. That's the worst right there when it's a foul.
off. It's fractured his kneecap.
Ooh,
That's
wow.
MVP, man. Wow.
Ouch.
I heard
Ooh,
sound.
man, that sure does. I'm like, oh, you fracture your knee.
Cause I didn't even think like when you accidentally bump your knee. That's just something how that hurt.
When you fracture, that means that shit.
That means you
crack.
you can't do
Yeah.
nothing.
You can't.
Everything you do, you feeling that.
Yeah.
Hell
A
no.
foul ball. Wow, man.
Ooh, man.
He was at.
Jesus.
Man, he just seemed like he just became great overnight. I had him on my fantasy team one year, and he was okay. But now he's like a superstar. But
Man.
But
they got
we have to wrap up after this. But B, you mentioned this in the chat about that.
commissioner exempt list. That's the list that they put him on when they can't play. Shout out to Fada the King about IB.
Oh, shout out to Chat. Shout out to Chat. Shout out to
Yeah, they working overtime.
That HBCU college athletes all black college athletes should go to HBCUs to bring notoriety back to those programs like they were back in the day. What were your thoughts on that article, or just the concept in itself?
I think it's dope. I remember Chris Broussard posted a Twitter video talking about that, like, athletes going to HBCUs. Like, can you imagine something? But all it takes is a few. I think if a few start doing it, I think a trend can happen. But I mean, it's wishful thinking. It's a great idea, and the way that Jamil Hill, plans it out in her article, I think is brilliant. But it's just like, I don't think that's gonna. I would love for it to happen.
Yeah.
I would love for it. Like, can you imagine like if a Zion be like, I'm going to Hampton University,
Yeah.
and like
I think
another.
that's very utopic.
Yeah.
That's
You know
what I'm
what-
about to say.
You know what the reality is? They ain't paying enough.
I'll say the benefits.
That's what I was.
They're not paying enough. If they lace these black athletes with some money like the Ohio States, we know all of these football and basketball players are getting paid.
Right.
Whether it's directly or indirectly, mama got a new car,
Go
we got a
ahead.
new condo.
Damn.
If the black colleges was doing that, they would get the guys.
All the money. My thing was, it does sound utopic. It sounds like when we say, "Oh, black people should get reparations."
Right.
Like, yeah, it sounds good, but we probably never gonna see that happen.
I know. I
And
would love to see it happen.
and for me, it's just like with the colleges, these HBCUs barely have enough money to
Exactly.
support themselves, let alone to give out scholarships like that. It's so hard. I have a lot of black friends who really try to stick out with HBCUs. It just didn't work out because the scholarships they barely give them out like
So
that.
B, let me ask you. So like, what was Jamel Hill saying? Like, how can this actually work? Like, is that what she was laying out, like a blueprint?
She was more laying it out like what the financial benefit would be for the HBCUs
And for the
these
black
athletes.
communities
Yeah.
and for the middle class.
And they would have to start somewhere. So they
Yeah,
go there,
they have to.
they start winning, people come see them, and then all of a
You get TV
sudden,
rights.
Right.
So what?
Like, so can you imagine like how Zion is like box office? So you can
100.
imagine if like two other 5-star
100%,
basketball
of
players.
course. No, I already know.
That's box
I
office.
see it.
Yeah.
But the thing is that these HBCUs are going to need boosters. They're going to need people like Jay. They're going to need people like Ross or whoever else. You know what I'm saying? People,
And what they-
Diddy,
yeah,
Dre.
yeah.
You know what
When
I'm
they
saying?
get back behind it. You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying?
Ice Cube,
Yeah.
right? You know what I'm saying? Like these people that have power, influence, money, capital to boost these colleges to now be able to offer these scholarships and offer the extra.
That would
you
be
know,
dope, man.
it
It would just
Snoop-
make you look at like what all these bigger schools would do. If
Exactly. All of those big schools will crumble.
Man.
You know, I'm gonna tell you exactly what will happen. You know what the NCAA would do?
What?
They'll be open to paying players to keep the money and
Yeah,
then be in
yeah,
these power
and-
conferences
yeah,
and
that's
shit
what
like
they
that.
do.
But
Did you see the article I posted about what California? Shoot, I posted it in the group meet earlier. Ken and Nick know what I'm talking about.
about Clutch Sports getting into football or not?
No, we did see that too.
That was recent.
That was
Yeah, that was
recent.
recently. I'm looking for it right now because I was like, wow.
like the players who are like Zion. Let's say like football, you know, everybody not getting paid the same.
Yeah, but
Somebody have to sacrifice for a couple of years.
well, here's the thing. I think that
That's the big thing too. Sacrifices.
yeah, you gotta be able. Everybody got to play their position. Everybody got to start.
Yeah.
You might have been a star in high school. You get to college, you get weeded out as a roster player now.
And as a person that works, Tazilla's right. They don't get any TV revenue. As a person that works at HBCU, I see the struggle that goes on every day. You need charity, which is what that would be. Is a 5-star athlete coming to one of those schools and playing there.
And then with
That's crazy, ain't it?
And with the way that things are constructed now with college athletes, like, yeah, you go to an HBCU and you bring money to that school, but that still don't go back to the athlete. That's just black people using black people to get what they want to.
But we got to be able to build up infrastructure. Right. So what that means is that we need to come up with UBN, You Black Niggas Network. And no, for real, like our own TV network that only promotes these HBCUs. And if you want to watch the best football in college sports, you're gonna tune in, and that's how you make TV ad revenue through that. But you have to create your own. That's the only way to kind of challenge the status quo. Obviously, you're not gonna be as big. It's just like the big three. Like you're not gonna be as big as the NBA, but there's enough of the pie that you gonna respect me, you gonna see me, you gonna shake my hand because you know who the hell I am, because we put this thing together. And at the end of look at how like the Big East back in the 80s, bro. Ain't nobody want to watch no damn Oklahoma, Arizona, UCLA, even though UCLA was nice. People wanted to watch Big East basketball. Why? Because they hyped it up, because they had the best basketball players. And not only did they have the best basketball players, they had the local people. So that lore of people, because where do all of the best high school football players come from?
South.
Georgia, Texas, Florida,
Alabama.
right?
Yeah,
Where are all the HBCUs primarily?
In the South.
In the South. Bruh, it's there. We just need an influx. We need people
Yeah,
who
like
actually want to support that.
Exactly. Some of those college athletes that's going to the football programs can go to HBCU. You're going to Dukes and Kentuckys of the world, like, bro, you could just go to the HBCU.
But what the scholar, again, that's my main thing, scholarships. Like these HBCUs, they be giving
Scholarships.
nickel and dime scholarships
And also facilities. If
Yeah.
you work at an HBCU, you know the facilities don't look like nothing like UM, Ohio State. You know what I'm saying? So they need the whole thing needs infrastructure. But there's so many, to me, like business owners, business minds, rich people, this, that, and the third in our black community that's the way they can be given back.
And so, you know, that what she wrote is a conversation we've been having in the black community for years. So she didn't come up with anything new, but what she did is that she introduced it at a time where people are listening.
Yep.
And that's what's dope, because when we were having a conversation, we couldn't really do much about it. Now we can. Now we got Clutch Sports jumping it back into the NFL. We got
crazy.
Yeah. What are they doing anyway?
They just got to, because didn't Rich Paul, didn't he sell Clutch Sports to a bigger sports agency? And he's just running a whole new division now?
No. So I'm under the impression he's still running everything at Clutch Sports.
Yeah, he's still running that.
What they hired somebody, Bilbo or something like that. I can't think of his, I'm horrible with names. They hired somebody to oversee the NFL division as part of Clutch Sports.
Yeah.
So that's how they're expanding. So they're getting like a top tier agent and just say, hey, this is your thing.
Oh, so they're just gonna start
But no,
taking on
Rich
players
Paul
for
is
the
like,
NFL.
He's in a way bigger position than he was before with Clutch Sports.
Yeah, no, he's the top dog.
There was
I
something.
think Clutch Sports is his.
Yeah.
No, it is, but it's like there's something going on with that as far as like he's in like a GM position as far as instead of a head coach that he was before. Like he's the one putting people in place.
Yeah, 100%.
To run. That's why
Yeah.
the NFL thing is dope too.
Yep.
But it's just funny that since he's cool with LeBron and they get back in the NFL. You see LeBron doing some NFL shit with the glass helmet shit, which a lot of people dicey on that, but.
You know, it is what it is, man. You got to use your horse. You know what I'm saying? LeBron's the horse. But nah, man, I think it's dope. I think it's dope. I would like to see more black infrastructure being built up.
Yeah.
You know, just throughout everything.
All right, so going on to week 2 of the NFL, there's a rematch of the NFC Championship game going on for America's Game of the Week on Fox with the Saints going against the Rams. I think it's. Yeah, I think it's. Yep, it's at LA.
Okay.
And,
I wish it was in New Orleans.
Yeah. Yeah. And also with the night game as far as Philly going against Atlanta at home. So that's going to be interesting. And then we also have Seattle going against Pittsburgh.
Oh, that should be fun.
And the Thursday night game is Tampa Bay at Carolina. So we both seeing 2 decrepit black quarterbacks go against each other. What do y'all think about y'all thoughts for the week 2? What are y'all expecting to see? What games are y'all looking at?
Some real interesting
I want to
matchups,
look at
maybe.
the Vikings and Packers, see what, both of them coming off of 1-0, and it's a divisional game. We're going to see what Aaron Rodgers and company going to do against that Vikings defense.
And I also want to see what the Packers defense is going to do against that Vikings offense, because that's been their Achilles heel for a moment, and now Green Bay's better on that side of the ball, so they have a test.
Or should be better.
See how Seattle go up against Pittsburgh at Pittsburgh. See can Pittsburgh bounce back? They probably angry, upset. So we're gonna see how.
Yeah, you look. I think that's a context game. I don't really think that's about wins and losses in that game.
You talking about this Seattle
Pittsburgh. That's a context game, because even if Pittsburgh lose, they can't lose how they lost week 1.
No.
If that happens,
if they score under 10,
there's a major problem.
Yeah.
There's a major damn problem. But if they look okay, even if they look a little sluggish or here, there, whatever, that's okay. But they gotta look better than they did week 1. And then for Seattle, I feel like it's more so win for them. You know what I'm saying? Like they gotta win. Like
they barely came out of that Cincinnati game.
Exactly.
Last one
exactly.
is Chiefs at Raiders. We see if the Raiders really for real or not.
Come on, Raiders is what?
It's for real, or they still high off of? Are they still coming off this high off this victory? Monday night victory.
I think the game I'm looking forward to the most is that Cleveland Jets game on Monday Night Football, just to see can Cleveland bounce back and if Sam Darnold is really real.
Yeah, because
Sam Darnold ain't fake, but he ain't the guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he is. I think he's good enough to win in this league, but I don't think he's like an Aaron Rodgers. He's not that top tier. I don't think.
I feel like it kind of goes back to what you're saying. Like when you see it, you know, you kind of know it. And we haven't really seen it yet, but he went from Todd Bowles to Adam Gase.
They got Demaryius Thomas and Adam Gase had Demaryius with
Yeah.
Denver. Obviously, Demaryius ain't what it used to be, but
because I was gonna say Jared Goff, but even early on with Jeff Fisher, I was saying on this that Jeff Goff was the guy.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Like I don't buy Sam Darnold's stock, but I ain't selling it either.
Yeah, I want to see,
hold on to it.
because Gase is supposed to come in and fix that, more of an offensive guy than Bowles was. They gonna look great. They scored 16 points last week. So with Le'Veon Bell, and so yeah, that's gonna be an interesting matchup. Who should have been the number 1 quarterback drafted last year, Sam Darnold over Baker Mayfield.
yeah.
So they going head to head. So he went against Josh Allen to open the season. Now he's gonna go against Baker. So we'll
Since
see.
we was talking about the games, y'all want to do picks?
I can't pick games for shit, but I'll do it for sport. But don't hold me to
Let's
it.
just do 3 games. So the Cleveland Jets game, we'll do that one.
Cleveland. Okay.
I got Cleveland.
Let's do so the Cleveland Jets game. I got
Cleveland.
I don't want to be. Give me the Jets.
Who you got, people? You got Cleveland.
Which game we looking at?
No,
Cleveland Jets. Who you got?
Who you got?
Cleveland Jets.
At Jets.
I'm taking Cleveland.
Put the mic up.
Oh shit, I forgot. My bad. I'm over here looking at it.
It's on. It's just the battery low.
Yeah, it matters lost.
I'm taking
too.
Cleveland. I'm taking Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Cleveland. I think Baker Mayfield's gonna respond.
Yeah.
Minnesota, Green Bay.
Packers.
Yeah, I'm going Packers. They're at home. I'm going Packers.
I'm going Minnesota.
I got Minnesota.
Always tough at Lambeau. Who you
Oh,
got?
they had Lambeau.
Yeah, they're in Lambeau.
Yeah,
I
I
still
said I
got
got
Minnesota.
Packers.
Yeah, I'm going Aaron Rodgers.
And you're like, oh, let me change my
Yeah,
pick. Let me change my pick.
Yeah, I'm going Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
All right,
Third
and I'm gonna do Philly, Atlanta.
Damn.
Unfortunately,
You going Philly?
I'm going Philly.
Yeah,
I'm
me
going
too.
Philly.
I'm gonna go Philly as well.
I got Cardinals already. It's too young, too black folks.
Ooh, I got Ravens.
Ravens.
I got Ravens.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
Ravens versus who?
Cardinals.
Cardinals. You know,
Give me Kyler. Give me Kyler.
So,
Yeah.
so let's talk a little bit about Kyler. Like, how do y'all feel? How do y'all feel about Kyler?
I expect that's what I expected.
Huh?
I saw a bit of a clutch, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I didn't see it. I didn't see the highlights, so I can't really say.
Okay, how you feel, B?
Pissed. Because
I forgot.
That's
the Lions is going Lions. Up 18 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
24-6. And you lose that lead going to overtime and you end up getting a freaking tie.
The way he operates the field is almost just like Russell. They both almost the same size.
Mhm.
Russell was a little bit bigger, but the way they operate the field is the exact same.
Is it?
Coaching lost. I ain't gonna say coaching lost, but coaching is the reason why we didn't win that game. And I don't know how Kyle Wilson still got fired still to this day. 'Cause the coaching staff we got now is horrible.
So I feel like with Kyler, he got more pop in his arm than Russell. He's quicker than Russell, but just that little bit more size Russell has makes a big difference.
Yeah. 'Cause he's like mini.
He's
like,
super mini.
Yeah.
He's super mini.
In the division he's playing in, I just want to see him play against Seattle and the Rams before I really see it. But I do agree that there is a clutch team. I mean, he's the number one overall pick for a reason, so you saw that. But at the same time, it's like, how successful can he be in the league?
It's like he has to roll out to get it.
Yeah, exactly. And that was my main issue. I was like, of course, if you get any good quarterback or even average quarterback in a pocket, they should be able to do something. So if he can get a good offensive line, then he should be good. But if he don't have that, and you asking him to do extra shit and run around, we seen how Deshaun Watson look at him doing. Deshaun Watson's a bigger guy.
100, but he's faster than Deshaun too.
He is, but everybody fast in the NFL.
No, 100%, 100%. But some of them throws, like that one across the field to Larry, yo, that's what when I say you see it, that's it. You know that his arm can work. I don't know if his height can work. But we'll see. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, because I don't know how I feel about running shotgun the entire game.
Yeah.
They did?
Yeah,
That's the game plan.
Yeah.
He can't play on the center. He
He can't see Jack.
Yeah, that's what is very worrisome about it. But all right, I got our picks for this week. We'll see who's really accurate or really on their shit.
I'm not. I'm telling y'all now.
We gonna see what Adam Thielen's stat line is gonna look like.
Oh, Lord.
So
Put that man back on.
every week I'm coming in with 2 questions. Is that top 10? Is Adam Thielen better than Julio? We gonna see.
Keep that same energy.
All season long, I'm here.
Hey, all
Okay.
I know is that when we start the show, we need Big Chris' song. Energy. I need your energy.
We'll see. All right.
All right, that's gonna do it for us this week. We'll catch y'all next time. Oh, shit.
I was about to say we're gonna get.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Actually, I don't even want to. He about to take this trophy. I don't even want to say shit. To him.
I know. Hey, while y'all were talking, I was just here, just looking at it.
Boy, this shit shining like.
I was like, damn, that's a good ass damn trophy. Shit.
Damn.
But yeah, appreciate you coming through and joining the show.
You
Yeah.
said you're gonna be back for the 2K?
Yeah, I'll be back.
Yeah. And he
Damn.
picked this one quick. I was like, hey man, what show you want to be on? He said, oh, Dead End Sports.
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah,
He was
I'm
quick
watching
with
y'all.
it.
I'm watching
You're gonna be
y'all.
around real niggas. What's wrong with
I
that?
don't think I told you. I was listening to this blog talk. I was in high school when y'all was
Yeah.
Damn.
He OG.
You an OG
He
for
OG.
real.
Yeah,
all the
blog
top
talk.
10 videos y'all was doing. I was watching all of them.
Damn.
Damn.
What's up? That's what's up. That's
Damn,
crazy.
that's dope, man. That's what's up, man.
That's
Still don't deserve the trophy, but yeah.
Now, he earned that thing,
Yeah,
man.
man.
He earned
Wow.
that thing.
Dang, so you've heard all our crazy. All right, man. So, who's been more historically correct on this show?
Listen to this guy.
I go with FIFA.
God damn.
I be right, man. I'm not saying I don't be wrong. I'll be wrong, but I be right.
Especially with the basketball. That's what
Especially with the basketball. That's my thing.
All right, you ain't welcome back. No, I'm just playing. Yeah, man. Yeah. You welcome back anytime, man. Just hit us up.
Yeah, man.
And let us know.
Most
So we appreciate having you on the show. It's a lot of fun.
Hey, you not taking home the basketball trophy. I'm talking my stuff
I
now.
was gonna ask you, y'all have a basketball trophy?
We
Yeah.
probably gonna get like a ring, maybe. Like
A ring? Okay.
Oh, that would be dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I see what y'all doing.
All I know, whatever the trophy or the ring is, I'm taking that one. I'm talking my Smacking 2K.
Hey, I'm putting on my pinky too. Just so everybody know.
Shout out to everybody that watched the show with us, man. We had a large crowd, so it was really dope. Love the interaction. Love chatting with you guys. You guys helped us out, you know, when we needed to fact check some stuff real quick. So thank you. We appreciate it. Oh, G Fear's question while we would make the show, the title of what actually happened as a black show. Said as black men, we should be doing better. We ain't out raping motherfuckers.
Right.
We just covering the show.
That's all we doing.
They ain't our fault.
Right.
Yeah.
We pro-black. We.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Nigga tried to.
Why you like to say it like that?
He out there raping man. Stop raping chicks.
Oh man.
Man, that's gonna do it for us before I get in trouble, man. Y'all about to get me in trouble, man. We about to get out of here. I'm just saying, we pro brother on this show all the time, but we gotta cover it, man. And we gotta talk about what it is.
Yeah.
And we said we're gonna wait to see what happens. That's it.
That's it.
So, come back, G Fears, when this is settled. We out. Peace.
Peace.
That man said he can listen to log talk.
Yeah.
Damn,
I was
that's crazy.